Esports Dota 2 Singapore Major. We're halfway through the day, and that means we have two upper division, upper bracket teams series going here. I'm very excited, so I'm lost in my words. I'm here with Tsunami and Gods. We were going to save me from tripping over everything.
I can tell you a story.
A story?
Yeah,
oh,
would you like a story?
Oh God, is it this?
No. Not that story.
Not that story.
I have a different story that I can tell you. It's a Dota-related story.
Oh, okay, yeah, I would love a Dota-related story.
All right, so the year is 2017.
Oh, I know this story.
The patch
Love
is
it.
7.05. The tournament is the Kiev Major. 16 teams enter a 4-round Swiss group stage. Team Secret, undefeated, make it through to the top. SG Esports, South American representative, only win one game against OG, bottom of the groups. They enter a single elimination bracket. You know what happens?
Oh, I do.
South America prevails 2-1 over Team Secret.
I had the same research, definitely not as epically told as you just did. Gods, I'm sure you remember that series still as well, because that was obviously everybody was blown out of the water by SG, but also the series itself was really good, really fun to watch.
Yeah, and they went on to lose in the next round to EG, but they showed it wasn't a fluke because they pushed EG 3 games. So South American Dota has always had these moments of brilliance, and I think they're happening more and more frequently. They're happening turn after tournament. Beast Coast at TI getting top 8. It's become a region on the same level as many other regions.
And the reason we are talking about South American Dota is because Thunder Predator has made a very, very good run in the group stages, making them a top of the groups and having them in the upper bracket here in Singapore. And they have, the honor, the pleasure, maybe it's unfortunate, maybe not. I'm happy with it. They're going to go up against Team Secret. It was done randomly. They get to draw a straw. I don't know. Do you guys consider this a good or a bad thing, facing Secret so early on in the tournament?
So their other options would have been EG or Fnatic or
VP.
IG or VP.
Yeah.
Yeah, Secret's not great. that's a rough turn of events. At least it's double elimination. They're in the upper bracket no matter what.
Yeah.
And so chances of them beating any of the teams is a tall order. This is #1 DPC in each of their own regions, so it would have been a tough ask regardless. Secret, very difficult, but Thunder Predator did well against European Dota, so I think anything's possible.
Well, I was going to start with just asking straight off the bat. I know there's a lot of people at home that have Team Secret as their favorite to win the whole thing. Been Team Secret and IG, I think most people have as their top. But of course, we know that at the moment, the best team in Singapore is Thunder Predator. They have shown that in the group stages. Going into it, we know that Thunder Predator beat two EU teams like it was nothing. Who do you guys have favored knowing all that? Like, do you guys think Secret is going to live up to their expectations, considering the rest of EU did not?
Yeah, I think Team Secret has proven time and time again they're the best team in the world, end of the day. Even, before going back into this, regional bubbles that we've had where they've just been playing online, and I think the Major has shown that the European region is not as good as everyone thought it is, but Team Secret is as good as everyone thinks they are. That applies to Europe, but not Team Secret. Team Secret, they won the last LAN events before we went into this lockdown. They had that 5-game series against EG that they came out on top of. These guys don't crack under pressure. They perform well on LAN. They're the favorites, but it's not heavy favorites.
Yeah, I have no reason to doubt Secret whatsoever, but I really want to see what Game 1 looks like, because I could also see Thunder Predator getting completely obliterated, and then we're like, it's Secret Dota. Of course this is going to happen. Although, in that Kiev Major Series, Secret won the first game.
Do want to also point out, though, that, a couple years after that, 2019, lower bracket, TI9, Infamous, got knocked out by Secret 2-0. Like, there was some revenge had already on the South American region from Secret at TI9. And so this is the big question, and not just for this series, but for all the series today, for at least for 3 of our series today. How much can you learn from looking at the game when other people play it, and how much can you do you even want to implement anything of the things you've learned, or do you want to only use the things that you've practiced and studied for the last month, basically, right, Gods? How much do you learn from the group stage?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen two very different series so far where EG Fnatic came out and at least EG were very much playing their style of Dota. I don't think they were trying to mimic and take away too much from what had been happening and going on during the group stage and wildcards. They just said, we're going to do what works for us. And then you had, the IG versus Vici series where Vici was one of those teams saying the meta. And I think the meta that we've been seeing was something that came more out of the China region than other regions. So IG kind of played to it a bit as well.
Even within the DPC itself, Secret went to the beat of their own drum. They were not picking what anyone else was picking. Yapzor had a incredibly wide hero pool. The whole Secret squad did. But even within tournaments, Secret does whatever they want to do.
Much to sometimes the frustration of their fans.
Yeah. It is.
It doesn't always work.
Part stubbornness, part brilliance from Puppy.
Let's take a look at Yapzor and compare him to Moose, because we've had a lot of talk about the position fours this tournament, and I think we're not gonna be done talking about them for a very long time, because it seems that this patch, or rather the meta that is evolving right now here in Singapore, revolves a lot around the position fours and the movements and the tempo that they can set. And these two position fours, Gods, are actually fairly different.
Yeah, I mean, look at the hero damage. Moose is generally a lot more active, it feels like, dishing out a lot more damage in these fights, whereas I feel like Yapzor, the stereotype with him is a bit greedier, I think.
Yeah.
He plays a lot more of kind of those, I guess, no. It goes from like team fight specialist to playing these wonky fours. He
gets farmed no matter what he's playing.
He'll bust out like a line or sniper when it was a 4-position sniper meta, and he's
Luna
playing
4. He was playing back in the day.
Yeah.
I actually did not expect that the bars would be this one-sided towards Moose. I thought most of the damage stats would be leaning towards Moose, and then the GPM stat would be like way on Yapzor's side.
I was a little surprised by.
But they were surprisingly even. So I don't really consider Moose to be that greedy.
I think there's also a reason for that a lot of the Secret games, this is all based on the whole DPC season, right? I think that there has been quite a few long games that Team Secret has been in. They only dropped 3 games throughout the entire season. Alliance took one of them, Tundra, then Mud Golems did, and OG did as well. But definitely a couple of long games in that as well. So all the stats are per minute, so then they get a little bit watered down. But Team Secret is one of the only 2 teams in all the DPC leagues that has a 7-0 record in their region. So they claim the top, and they made it look easy. They made the whole 2020 season look easy. And one of the things that you should know when you're watching Team Secret play is that they do all the little things right. You might not necessarily know how they're winning, but at some point, the laning stage, it's actually normally feels very even, Tsunami, but then at some point they're like, wait a second, what happened? How did I get so far ahead? Yeah,
I look at teams with Liquid and I'm all like, I can diagnose exactly what's going on. They are stacking a lot.
Yes.
They're getting a lot of these camps. I look at other teams and I'm like, they have picked lane dominators. That is why things are going well. With Secret, you're just like, everything has started going wrong for the enemy team and I don't know why.
Yeah. Strange.
It's part of the secret, on no pun intended, on why they're so good, is that you can't really analyze them like traditional teams. I'm sure Secret has been the gold standard for replays for every team in every region to see what are they doing so right, but it's just something that is the magic of the 5-man roster that you can't really replicate.
Yeah, on the other side though, God's Thunder Predator, they have the tempo set down. I think maybe, if Thunder Predator is able to take a game or the whole series, and I think they have what it takes, it will be because they set that tempo too high for Secret to be able to catch up on.
Yeah, and that's where they've caught numerous teams off guard. It's just they're playing fast-paced Dota. There's 2 supports. We highlighted Moose before, but also MJZ. These guys, they're running at people, usually with Leo style. They're just playing this very aggressive, fast-paced Dota, and I think as long as they have MNZ on one of those carries to take advantage of the space, that's when they're looking good. The few games they've lost, they haven't picked like the true carries. They lost with a Bloodseeker carry. They need to stick to those kind of Terror Blades, the Jugs, the heroes that can use the space that the rest of the team creates with that fast pace.
Now, there's also one thing that we already talked about, the Kiev Major and TI. I also still wanted to mention the CQ Major because the Leo Style and Frank actually have played against Team Secret. That was 2019? No, 18.
Yeah,
That sounds
18 sounds
18?
more
Yeah.
accurate.
Sounds about right. No, it was 19.
It was? Time's a blur.
No, that's
Shanghai
last
Major? You
year.
said
No,
Shanghai-
no,
no,
yeah,
no.
19. It was 19.
2
I
years ago.
forgot,
Okay,
I
the
forgot
CQ
that
Major,
was a
gotcha.
2020 in between.
2
Yeah.
years ago.
Yes, so it was 19. But that was Thunder Predator. Leo Style and Frank were part of Thunder Predator then already, and they got 0-2'd by Team Secret in the groups. So they only met there, and unfortunately it didn't work out, but I just wanted to, make sure that we covered all our bases with that, The experience is there. I think that when we're talking about experience, it's a big thing because, yes, Frank and Leo Style have played on that big stage before, but at the same time, this Thunder Predator squad, relatively young, especially compared to Team Secret.
Yeah, and I think these are the series when you get into the playoffs where there's a lot more nerves, a lot more pressure. The last couple of days, it was just like chaos. And that's, I think, an environment where Thunder Predator can kind of thrive because it was just play game after game after game. You're playing 7 best-of-2s across 2 days. Now it's, okay, you have 1 best-of-3 a day. You have the entire night plus day to prepare for it. Your opponents are doing the same. And you're going to start second-guessing yourself, wondering if your strats are like the right one. So I think that kind of pressure is something that Secret will have an edge with.
Yeah, Heen will have his work cut out for him, Tsunami.
They were originally playing with they had nothing to lose, and now they have seamlessly taken the mantle of South America because
pressure.
Beast Coast wasn't able to make it, and people were like, well, just give Thunder Predator the slot. But no, you got to fight for the slot. They did fight for the slot, and now they are representing the entire region, and so I can see the nerves being a thing, but also we were saying throughout the entire group stage, this is a rare opportunity for them to play against international opponents without massive ping issues all the time, and I feel like they're having more fun than having more stress off of their performances.
So this, wait a second, help me read this, because normally it's fairly easy. This is Secret always wins before 30 minutes?
Yes. So yeah,
But so
Secret's
does
the
Thunder
orange bar.
Predator.
So I'm saying Thunder Predator make the game go longer than 35 minutes because 35 minutes is your
Right.
weakest point apparently.
Yeah. Thunder Predator
that's
needs to be a
also their
short
weakest
or a
point.
long
Oh,
game.
brilliant. Yeah. I didn't consider that.
So they have to go ultra late, because that's
Yeah,
the
go
only
ultra
point where
late.
they're
That's what I'm
ahead.
talking about.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to see it, because that would mean an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, although I don't really know if Minos has been excelling on ultra late carries necessarily. I think.
I think so. I mean, maybe not excelling, but I think that's generally his comfort zone.
Okay.
Like they haven't lost on Wraith King,
But
I
against
believe, yet.
Matu though, Matu Minos head to head. I'm looking forward to
Yep.
that.
Is that like your match to watch, your match up to watch?
Yeah, so we matched up Moose and Yapzor,
Yeah.
but I think that they have like different enough playstyles that both the teams will. It's more team oriented because Thunder Predator, like you said, going to be setting the pace. Yapzor may have to keep up no matter what, but Matumba Man, I don't really think he's going to change his playstyle based on Thunder Predator, and I don't think Minos is going to change his playstyle based on Secret. So I want to see head-to-head how their strategies towards the game will coincide.
Okay, fair enough. Strategies towards the game. I mean, the strategy is going to be mostly decided
Hit
by...
creeps.
Yes, that's true. Mostly decided by Puppy and MJZ. Puppy, of course, has Heen at his disposal. Helps a lot, especially if you want to try to dissect all the games that happened over the last 4 days. Do you think that Secret's maybe a little bit worried now that they know that all the people that they probably played against are like, wait a second, they're bad?
Yeah, everyone was so impressed. You know, oh, Secret, they wiped the floor with Europe, such a strong region. And Thunder Predator's like, we can wipe the floor with Europe. We'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
Liquid Alliance, yeah, we'll 4-0 them, like, no problem.
Oh, I can't wait to see this happening. But in order for us to see the games happen, we have to have the players on the stage. So let's get that going. Let's take a look at Team Secret and Thunder Predator.
Welcome on stage, Thunder Predator. Welcome on stage, Team Secret.
Team Secret and Thunder Predator on stage here, ready for a best of 3 to decide which one of these two teams will continue in the upper division and which team will be dropping down to the lower bracket. I should stop saying division because they're in the playoffs. It's the bracket. It's the double elimination bracket. And well, we're going to find out how it's going to play out. I think it is about time for us to start talking Dota, start talking some heroes. We have seen a lot of Thunder Predator already, Tsunami. I think Earth Spirit is going to be an interesting one to see if they can get their hands on that one. But is there any other hero that you think that they really want to try and pick up?
Lion is starting to make a bit of a resurgence. I could see that in Secret's hands. The carry pool has changed since Secret was playing the leagues. So they were playing, oh, perfect. We have this. Okay, so there was a lot of Ursa. I see that in the middle of both. Ursa's not really popular right now. Shaker, not really popular now, also in the middle.
I think we can safely say that the Shaker being there is from before the patch.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
These are, of course, the whole DPC season, the stats. So, yes, Death Prophet, Void Spirit, expected there. One thing that I'm curious about, because we haven't really seen it a lot over the last 4 days, Puck was often played by Puppy during the DPC League itself.
Yeah, that's right.
Position 5, they played it on all positions almost, so...
Yeah, actually, then I'm also curious about Io, because Io was being played by Puppy, and I don't think Matu played any core Io, and so if Thunder Predator are afraid of that, that should be first phase banned by them. So that'll be another concern for them. Last one, I think there was some Puppy Enchantress. This is a really wide hero pool that you need to be scared of.
And that's a hero we're
Yes.
still yet to see from really any region.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've seen maybe one game in total, but during the DPC leagues, it was one of the most popular fight positions because it was just so strong in lane. So.
Yeah, and the same thing goes for like if you're talking about Puppy heroes, his trio in the old days, 2012, there was a poster, a Dota 2 poster with all the heroes in it, and 3 heroes were like sitting in a corner. And if you would ask Puppy to sign your poster, he would always sign his name big enough so that it would cover those 3 heroes specifically.
Okay. Which one?
Enchantress was one of them, Gods.
Was Chen one of them?
Yes, Chen was the other. And who was the third?
Enigma?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Yes. Well, good memory, good memory. So those 3 heroes, we saw all 3 of them quite a bit in the DPC League on Puppy. So I'm curious to see what he will play, because we have seen a shift in supports. I keep mentioning it, but there is a little bit more action in the supports now required. So also curious to see if Yapster can follow suit with that, and if he can still manage to hit creeps with while doing that. And the players look to be about ready to join the game, and hopefully the draft will be on our screen. Oh wow, timing!
Perfect.
Be on our screens. The IO indeed banned, the Puck banned by Team Secret themselves. Yeah, Thunder Predator also has, of course, Leo style that plays that very well.
It's a very interesting dynamic, the draft, because Secret have so much footage on Thunder Predator, whereas Thunder Predator have none on Secret.
Yeah.
At least none recent or relevant. And that's why they feel like they have to ban the IO. They showed in their last series they don't play IO. I think they had a game against Vici where IO was not picked or banned just because neither team plays it. So they're just like, they don't play it, we don't play it, great, we can save a ban.
Yeah.
But they don't know if Secret plays it. Has Secret been scrimming carry IO? They don't know. So they're just going to...
No one knows, actually, right now.
So until there's more data on Secret, you kind of just have to respect ban some of these meta heroes.
That's part of the reason why I wasn't sure playing against Secret for Thunder Predator kind of sucks, but any team that they were going to play against, they would have had minimal intel on.
True.
But I think this is also the best chance that teams have to surprise Secret. It's like, this is Secret trying out something that they haven't tried on the big stage. So you can't 100% guarantee that it'll work. And Thunder Predator having a great opening here, because the Death Prophet has been one of the key heroes throughout the entire tournament so far.
Yeah, I'd look to some of those Tusk, Earth, and Elder Titan type heroes to be kind of popular for the 4 and 5 position now. Maybe Thunder Predator want to keep it open with Death Prophet, since this hero can go...
They'll flex it 2, 3, 5. They'll take it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could mention that Death Prophet has a 100% win rate on Thunder Predator, but let's be real, they won so many games that most heroes will be 100% or close to it.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure last time I asked you, I was just like, just tell me the teams that the heroes that they lost on.
Yeah.
And that's more useful to me.
I really like. Okay, Shaker gets picked up. I was going to say these heroes that can get out of the ice shards have been very popular when Tusk has been picked up. That's where a lot of teams have gone for like this 4-position Mirana, the Quops mid, just making it so that you kind of just take away one of Tusk's most important spells in the mid game.
For a brief period of time, you were able to walk through ice shards if you had the Ags shard on Shaker, but they have patched that out since.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Pretty surprised to see Shaker in the first 2 still, though.
I'm very surprised. Especially, I'm sure that Clockwork is Puppy is more than willing to play a Clockwork 5.
Yeah, and the only... the only Shaker that Moose has played so far is when they second picked Shaker, it was Shadow Fiend Shaker versus a tech and opener with techies. So we all thought, that was just Thunder Predator asking, like, hey, Moose, what you want to play? And he's like, I want to play Shaker. But then in Peruvian.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wait, no, actually, we have if we get an interview with Thunder Predator, it will be with Moose.
Yeah.
Maybe he's practicing his English.
I don't think he will do that to his teammates.
You got to practice it somewhere.
I bet he gets plenty of it in his pubs. Didn't he also play on a North American team for a while?
Yeah.
So I think he'll be fine. If we are going to talk to him, though, he's got to win first.
That
so we'll see if his Shaker will be able to do that. Mars picked up by Team Secret now. We know that Zai plays it. We can only imagine, like we've seen it in this tournament so far. We've seen it once, a position 5, but also mid.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a flex here.
Yeah, I think for Secret, you're playing your opening game of the tournament. I don't think you want to go too crazy with any kind of like putting Mars on a mid kind of role. You kind of want to stick to, Nisha playing a more, I would say, farming, high impact kind of mid laner that he's more used to.
Can't play Invoker. That seems like a very targeted ban because Invoker is not ban worthy right now otherwise.
I think Thunder Predator is looking at what are some of these kind of high damage nuke heroes to kind of pair with the Mars arena. Right now, you've got this team fight of Mars, but there's not really much damage to dish out to go with it.
Yeah, also irritating for Shaker to deal with if it's like a cold snap urn type Invoker. Because if you pick a Shaker this early on, I feel like you need to put some effort into protecting it, which is why I'm not a fan of first phase Shaker, but if they have comfort on it, then try to enable it.
I think for Secret, they're kind of locked to the Tusk as a 5 now. Like, playing in that safe lane would be my guess. I mean, you can do the Tusk with the Mars, but I feel like we're more likely going to see one of those, like, ranged Yaps or, like, Lion-type heroes pairing
Rubik.
up with the Mars. Rubik sounds... Oh, Rubik and Shaker sounds
Or
great.
it will be a mid-Mars by Nisha, and Zai will play Tusk. We know that he
It's
also...
a very real possibility.
There is that possibility as well.
That's why, I normally against other teams, I'd be with you, Parker. I'm like, I don't think there's much flex potential. But with Secret, literally any role can be flexed at any given moment.
Although whether that is good, that's the question. Because that was one of the strengths of Team Liquid.
Yeah, but
They're in the lower bracket.
Yeah, but Secret beat everybody in Europe, so...
It's true.
Like I said, until proven otherwise, I have no reason to doubt Secret.
I'll respect that.
I guess the AA ban to protect Death Prophet. They could go Oracle on Thunder Predator.
They do like just Oracle in general. It's one of their most picked supports. Not even like to get like any kind of cheese. I mean, Oracle with the Death Prophet always sounds good. They do a lot of Oracle Troll, which is banned out, but there's other carries they could pair it with.
It is MJZ's most played hero this tournament, the Oracle.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then again, he also has played the Death Prophet, so they will have to reveal what role the Death Prophet will be if they do pick up the Oracle.
Yeah, they might consider just picking a mid laner fairly early on if they want to, because they don't have last pick, so they're theoretically getting counterpicked anyways.
Yeah.
That was the EG approach to the draft. They're like, we're just going to third pick this Storm Spirit and not care about the matchup because it's just going to be a good Storm game. It gives our mid laner this playmaking hero that can make rotations around the map to create space for our carry, and I think that's a similar approach that Thunder Predator generally take with Leo Style and MNZ.
Man, I hope they're not getting too much in their own head. Freaking burning this much time on a second phase van. Just chill. Just chill. You're already in the upper bracket. Life's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on them to
There's
perform. A lot of eyeballs.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
And this is the test. It's not just the Dota that they're about to play, but also how they're indeed going to deal with the pressure.
Yeah.
And this is good practice because TI, there's going to be only that type of pressure every single game, every single pick that you do, every single movement that you make.
True.
Gotta be ready. And they have the upside of not playing in front of a crowd. I think that actually helps them a bit at the moment. There's a stage, you know, you get a little bit of dry run.
But for a Southeast Asian crowd, though, I think a Singapore crowd would have gone nuts for any team that shows up. If it was a European tournament, I'd be with you. There'd be pin drop silence if Thunder Predator was doing well. But Southeast Asia, they will cheer for literally anything.
You got a good point. You
place a ward and the crowd goes nuts.
Especially if it's an epic ward. We got a Jugger band out and a Phoenix band out, so still expecting another support to be picked up from Thunder Predator, or at least by Secret. And they do go and end up going for the Enchantress.
Okay. We get to see at least one of our first Enchantresses here on the main stream.
I think so, yeah.
So why is Enchantress so good?
It is a lane bully. I think this is the best 5 position when it comes to just securing your carry's lane. It forces your opponents generally to have to block all the neutral camps, because if you enchant one of the big creeps, you're going to be able to just do ridiculous amounts of damage and zone your opponents. And even if they are blocking it, the impetus is great for zoning people out anyway. So,
yeah, and Secret is a renowned vision team as well. And Enchantress just being able to casually steal a lane creep, send it into enemy territory, get some information is something that they are known to abuse.
It's a very tanky 5 too. I mean, Puppy always likes to play these 5 positions that can just get a couple like fluffy hats or in the past bracers and just kind of run in and scout with his body almost half the time. And with Untouchable, often you can be out of position, but you don't actually die. You're not really out of position. You're just getting your team a lot of info by being able to frontline as a support.
There's a great deal of magic damage on the side of Thunder Predator right now, though.
Yes.
So what may be usually Enchantress is very suspiciously tanky, but against this team,
I'm pretty surprised by the Keeper of the Light coming out. We have seen 7 series out of Thunder Predator, and it was like win matches. They tried really hard. We felt like they were all in every single series that they played, but we have not yet seen them play Keeper of the Light.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going for some kind of chakra combination here.
The Ember is the one that we see the most.
Ember's the one that I was thinking, exactly.
I don't know if they necessarily have to lane together, because I don't think they really want MNZ playing an Ember, but it could just be a mid-game combo where you run an Ember mid. But this Monkey King pick is great, because I think Secret probably sees Colin like, okay, what are the problematic heroes? Bristleback as well as Ember Spirit, I think, are the 2 best, and Monkey King, good matchup versus both. It's never a bad Monkey King game. It's also a flex pick. Matu can play it, Nisha can play it mid, so now you get full value out of having the last pick of the draft, because you can pick either a mid or a carry for the game.
They still end up going for the Bristle.
As you suspected, yeah. I do think that between the Bristle and the Ember, Bristle would have more success against a Monkey King. But it has already been kind of mitigated.
Yeah. And if the Bristle's the hero that you can kind of, I think, lanes better with Coddle. The Ember generally wants the solo XP, so you can do Coddle Bristle, and it's probably not going to even maybe be against Monkey King. It's probably going to be against the Mars lane.
How are the invading options from Team Secret? Because correct me if I'm wrong, Enchantress Tusk are going to be pretty good at that.
Yeah, especially with a Coddle Bristle, you're going to be stacking up camps like crazy. So you really want to make sure Secret stays out of your base. It's just that I don't really feel like Mars will be too self-sufficient. And so if Enchantress and Tusk go on adventures in the Dire Jungle, then I think that Mars might suffer in exchange. Which, I mean, that's kind of Zai's MO on Secret. It's to suffer.
I also think what we're seeing right now is, like, when they're going for those stacks, like with, let's say, level 7, level 8 Bristle, I don't know if Secret's going to... These heroes don't have the best team fight that early on. Monkey King's not going to be ready to fight. The team fight is the Mars arena, really, so you're going to have to bring the Mars to that. So unless they pick some kind of aggressive early mid-game hero here, I feel like Secret's going to actually have a tough time contesting those stacks.
I like them banning out some breaks. Slark with the potential Silver Edge, Viper.
Yep.
Make sure you protect that Bristleback.
Is there something left in that they could go for? They can fill that gap? Because I think we're looking at a Matu hero, right? Or you want to have Nisha play something other than the Monkey King? Or will Matu Monkey or Nisha Monkey?
I'm leaning Nisha Monkey right now. But yeah, they could do both.
I think it's going to, depend a bit on what the mid matchup might be. They're going to see what Thunder Predator gets, whether... I mean, Death Prophet could be mid. Right now, it's looking maybe more like an off-lane Death Prophet. It does feel like Thunder Predator needs something with, some catch, some playmaking potential. One of, the Spirit heroes always come to mind, the Ember, the Void Spirit. But those are heroes that don't lane well against the Monkey, and that's where Secret is going to happily send Monkey King mid into those melee matchups.
Could go Razor for Thunder Predator.
They'll end up with a Venomancer.
No.
Is this Team Liquid playing here with the Coddle, the Bristle, and the Venom?
Vici also last picked a Venomancer, and they keep picking it against Monkey King. And like day one, I was on board. It was against Monkey King and Wraith King. Against Monkey King, it's great because he can't really jump into trees very easily because he's constantly under DOTs. But if you don't do well in like the first 7 minutes, then Veno has no way of getting back into the game.
DOTs, damage over time.
Correct,
by the
yes.
way. You gotta keep that in mind.
A lot of anime viewers, they're tuning in. New player
fans.
Experience.
Welcome. You're gonna get some top tier Dota coming your way as we wait for the last pick of the favorite of the tournament, Team Secret.
I think Secret will be thrown a bit off, but at the same time, I feel like Thunder Predator have kind of gone a bit away from the formula that's been working for them.
Yeah.
It's a bit less aggressive as far as the lanes go. It is very aggressive in the mid game. Like, they don't have that big carry to fall back on. They're very reliant on this mid game timing and push. This kind of death ball with an unkillable Bristle back in the front lines, and Exorcism sitting behind the Bristle to take Roshan, to take towers.
A bunch of Plague Wards posted up the whole time.
It's this like, what used to be this like death bowl, like these green lineups with all these heroes you don't want to fight into. Lots of heals, lots of sustain. If you're going to see some like Veno with some mech pipe, maybe even. Very hard to fight into, but at the same time, it doesn't scale well. So if Secret can kind of weather the storm or just win the lanes, I think this game can go well for them.
Yeah, if they can get a good like anti-push core, that would be good. I don't think they need to worry about break. Maybe Bloodseeker wouldn't be bad.
Queen of Pain. So it will be Matu Monkey King, Nisha Queen of Pain, most likely.
Yep.
You never truly know until the heroes are picked.
Yeah. And it will be Leo style on the Death Prophet mid.
Yeah, looks like no surprises in terms of who is playing what on either side. It's a very different draft, guys, from what we were expecting to see coming out from Thunder Predator. Is that something that excites you or worries you at this point?
I'm curious. I'm not worried just yet. I think they took basically this game into their own hands. They're saying we have this strat that we believe in. It's not something they haven't shown. If anything, I think for fans that's maybe a good sign. They save something here for the playoffs to take on Team Secret, or they plan something overnight like this mid game push strat, Bristleback plus Death Prophet plus Veno cores. This is how we can beat Secret, by doing something they weren't expect at all. So perhaps a good sign.
Is it good enough for you to go their way?
Not for game one. Not for game one. I think I really like what Secret did, especially the last pick, Quap. It's a hero that doesn't care about Veno, the slows. It can pick off the backline supports. It can basically delay that push really well. So for me, Team Secret has game one.
I will go before Tsunami. I think it's the first game of the tournament. Secret. I've listed Secret as the winner of it. I can't go against them just because the rest of their region fell down flat. How about you, Tsunami?
I'm that one dude at TI8 who predicted the underdog to go all the way to the top.
Did you?
No. Oh. But for this game, I will. Give me Thunder Predator for game number 1.
I appreciate that. So for them to do well, we already mentioned it a little bit, but laning stage, if they are at least getting the stacks going and not getting behind, they're good.
Yeah. My biggest question mark is the Venomancer. If Venomancer doesn't get completely obliterated, then I think they're in good shape.
Okay. Let's see what, or rather, let's hear what ODPixel and Lacoste are thinking about that. What about you, Lacoste? Do you like the Bristle Collar coming out from Thunder Predator?
Yeah, no, it's a nasty combo, and they have a Venomancer. Like, these heroes are really disgusting to play into. I think they could potentially, have the momentum. They have a bit more early-oriented draft, a lot of pressure on Team Secret to try to survive through that.
And Owen, I know that you're one of the few people that did not even have Team Secret in the top 3, I believe?
I had them as second.
Okay,
I had them as second.
Yes.
But I think in this one, I've got to say that I'm on sort of the side of Thunder Predator with this. I think their momentum coming into
You had them in second because Thunder Predator was first, right, Owen?
Sure. Well, I certainly would put them there now after what we're seeing in the group stages and their run so far. And I think that run so far is going to just give them some fantastic momentum coming into this. And I'm very impressed by the fact that they are bringing in something a little different. Because Secret, of course, they would have been watching all of the Thunder Predator games, trying to learn from them, and Thunder Predator's just coming out showing us that they've got something else that Secret might not be quite ready for.
Well, let's see if that is going to work out for them and head over for the first game of this best of 3 series to the game. ODPixel and Lacoste, it's all you.
Thank you very much, Sheev. Yes, game 1 between Thunder Predator and Secret. I mean, we've seen Thunder Predator already deal with pretty much all of the other teams that they've had to go against so far. And of course, the EU teams, they were easy. They 2-0'd Liquid, they 2-0'd Alliance. Now they're going to get the chance to show what they can pull out
this
against
is the
top
real
spot.
test, you know. How good of a Team Secret is. Maybe we European citizens, European fans were all delusional through the last year. You know, just playing inside the region. We're like, yeah, this is the strongest region, but let's see what happens here. You know, this is also the true test for Team Secret.
I think it really is. I'll be honest, for Secret, I'm sure they were very pleased with this matchup. You know, watching the Dota that was coming out so far, no doubt at all that if Secret wanted to be tested, you're choosing Thunder Predator. And the RNG pays out, they get to place them here.
They looked super strong. You know, this is the team that has been a bit innovative with their picks, but they also have some like standard stuff that they like to play. I don't believe they played Keeper of the Light at all, so they need to be careful about that. This is the hero that could easily pop off in the laning stage. Like, this lineup, if they get a good start, they have a ton of tower damage coming up from the Venomancer, coming up from the Dead Prophet. Like, Bristleback, one of the better heroes in the game to snowball. Also, the Roche potential is there. Team Secret, they need to be careful.
Yeah. See how they handle the lane setups. I mean, and overall, do you sort of prefer the Thunder Predator draft? I mean, how do you feel about this? Do you look at any sort of these core heroes and say this core is going to be able to take over the game?
Top lane, that's going to be the first blood. One more hit. Yapster will get it. He did not want to, you know, take it away from a Tumba man. Usually Yapster is the one KSing, especially when he's playing that Rubik, but this time around he did not want to, but was forced to get that first blood. On the bottom lane, Zai, like, it's going to be a tough one for him. If they decide to keep this tri-lane, they wanted to dodge the Venomancer with the Monkey King, which is really nice. You want your carry to have a good spot. You asked me about the preferred draft. I'm still leaning a bit more towards the Team Secrets drafts because they don't have enough. Like for Queen of Pain, a Monkey, if they keep it this way, should have a decent time. Bottom lane.
Zai. He's going to try and push them back, but he's trapped in with the Fisher. Thunder Predator. They'll get themselves a kill down on the bottom half, get some pressure onto the tower as well with the creep wave coming in.
That tower, you know, is this 2011, 2012? Just go in 2 waves into the tower. Frank pulling the creep wave back. Like, this is some serious damage. This is 700 damage 2 minutes in.
It's insane. I mean, and, you know, Zai, I'm sure he's not sort of used to that early aggression coming in on him.
MJZ top will drop once again. Maybe even Bristleback. Nah, they did not want to go for it. Tag team, one of the best abilities to have in a tri-lane. The more, the merrier. Thunder Predator, they needed to block this big camp because Puppy will be able to take the big creep either with the Sentry Ward or try to body block it. Once Tusk gets to level 2, it becomes so much harder. Like, he can choose, do I need a snowball, do I need the shards? Probably going to be the shards, and with the tag team, like, they're just destroying this top lane.
This top lane is getting messy for Thunder Predator. Secret, this tri-lane just rolling over them.
Team Secret is like, guys, you know, we've been sacrificing Zai for such a long time. Do you think we care one more game? Because he will get the farm eventually. Like, lane is pushing in. He's trying to get the pull on the bottom at the top lane again.
And
MJZ.
that's another one. Boundless strikes down. MJZ is gone.
Surprised it didn't actually pull off the Shaker to the top a bit earlier, considering that they want to keep this tri-lane and just leave Venomancer against the Mars. Because Mars, you know, he can't really threaten a kill on the Venomancer. Venomancer will still get the farms. I would get more, but this top lane, it's just a disaster right now.
MNC is going to get caught out by the shards, having to take the long way around. There's just so much damage, and MNC, he is completely out of regen.
I think they could have gotten that kill. Yapster had a couple of magic stick charges, had a tag team ready, 2 heroes attacking. If they went into the tower, like, pretty sure MNZ would die. They can go in again.
It's just been kept so incredibly low. Yapzor, he's got the shards ready. Out they go, but they won't look to die. Bottom lane, Zai will go down again. Frank and Moose get the job done. Second time down here.
Mid lane, pretty even. 13 CS. You always have that blink to get rid of the Spirit Siphon. Yapster will check the runes. Has a Fluffy Hat. Going into Falcon Blade. I've seen like different builds on Tusk, but having like Orb of Corrosion, Falcon Blade feels really good. Regeneration, he tried to actually cancel it, but Leo Style needs to be careful. Queen of Pain could potentially go back, has that bottle as well.
We'll see moves sitting by Leo Style's side, just in case Nisha does try and get in aggressive. In the top lane, it started to break up a bit now. Minos doesn't
It's a bit too
really want to
late
go
for
back there.
Earthshaker to move to the top lane right now, because Zai, he died twice, he pulled the lane, he's sitting at 7 CS, nothing too serious, but he will get the levels, that's what matters, and it's important that the top lane is doing well. Tusk needs one more level. I've seen Tusk, you know, getting 1-1-1 build, which I really like. It's a lot of mana, but with the Bristleback, with a tri-lane, you're gonna get the sticks and possibly have the mana for it. Nisha? Yeah, he's fine.
Leo Style has to be a little cautious there with the bottle charges coming in. Nisha might see a chance to jump back in on it. Top lane. Moose. The Fisher block off onto Yapsup. Oh, with just the two of them here, they can't really find. They've got to be a bit careful. Moose, he wanted to go down for the bounty room, but of course his own Fisher stopped him from being able to get down there. He's now been trapped in the shards. As Yapsup Matu turns towards him, the Jingu's build up as a boundless strike comes crashing down onto Moose. Moose, he's still running though, Matu.
But he'll still get it, I
He should
believe.
do.
Yeah,
There
he's
it is.
fine. And they get the kill. Puppy. Did Puppy just solo kill Bristleback? I believe he did.
Wasn't Nisha there as well, surely? Or maybe not, actually. Did he?
No, Nisha's level 5.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. I mean, Minos, he must have been farming on low HP. He was sort of relying on the Ring of Regen, I believe, to help him whilst he was just sitting in the jungle. And yeah, Puppy's just able to walk in and kill him.
And because they were trying, you know, Bristleback Coddle, it's a strong combination. You get the Bristle off to a good start, which he didn't really get. And then Keeper of the Light keeps stacking the jungle, one of the better heroes to stack with. But there are no stacks right now for Bristleback, so he's not going to be able to snowball Matu. He's jumping in.
See, bottom lane, Minos heads down to get the kill onto Zai. Top, it's another kill for Matu. It's 4-0-2 so far on the Monkey King. A pretty explosive start for him. Yapsor, the Dukes here, will dodge the Crypt Swarm.
He has the stick. He can also snowball to the mid lane if needed, but the Ghosts will actually get him. Queen of Pain picking up the Invis rune. They also need to be careful about the diving the tower, possibly to the bottom lane, like once Nisha gets that level 6. Still saving a point, but there's always going to be that threat of Queen of Pain TP rotating to the one lane. They already have 3 heroes there. Puppy also back to the bottom lane.
More TP's coming in from Secret down bottom, as they are going to be ready to try and fight Thunder Predator. Thunder Predator starting to step away, but Thunder Predator, they've got the 4 of them here. Minos, not quite in fighting shape though. A little low on the mana. So Cottle will be able to rectify that shortly. Still, just trying to find some sort of safe space for Minos to catch up in farm.
Problem is they have no stacks. Bristleback only level 4. Top lane is pretty free farm for Matu. Queen of Pain doing toe-to-toe with the Dead Prophet. She has a bit more denies, actually 10, not too bad, but in terms of net worth, how are we sitting at? Exact same.
Down bottom, on the hunt for Frank. They've got him in the arena. Capture on side, catch him. Nothing Moose can do to save his friend.
Yeah, this is the classic Zai, you know. You might try to ruin his lane. He will still be able to make a comeback going into Hood, which I really like. A lot of magical damage coming up from the Venomancer, Shaker, Keeper of the Light, Queen of Pain. You know, she's still not ready to fight. Half HP, no mana whatsoever. Maybe if she gets blessed by some rune. Deep Observer Ward placed by Thunder Predator, so they can see any kind of like rotation coming to help out the bottom lane to see if there's like any stacks in that part of the map. Team Secret, they're not stacking. Like they have 1 stack when Yapsor was trying to go for the 4-minute rune, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, one of those games where already a lot of focus has just been on making sure that Thunder Predator don't get away with the sort of the aggression. You know, sure, earlier they were killing Zai, but now we're seeing Secret, you know, the support, Puppy and Yapson making sure that they're always in position to stop Thunder Predator getting away with much more right now. As 8 minutes in, Secret getting quite an early lead here with a 3k jump up.
Matu using ulti on the top lane. Not close. Like Veno still has a bit of sticks.
See over towards mid, Anisha still yet to skill the Sonic Wave. About to hit level 8.
Yeah, you can't miss your ulti if you don't skill it.
Aye. That is true.
That's how I think.
He's got it now. See if they can try and set something up as top moves. get the catch onto Yapzor, but a little too fast, and TP's already coming up from Secret. Matu now backed up by both of his supports. Zai getting a lot of space now down bottom. After the first few kills that Thunder Predator were able to get on him, Zai beginning to catch right back up.
Team Secret is just getting too much out of the map. Pretty much everyone from Thunder Predator are jungling or farming only the creeps when the creeps come at their tower. Frank, only level 1 Plague Ward, so that's not too good to defend the towers with. It's pretty much the free gold. Monkey King was thinking about getting the Battle Fury, goes into Hand of Midas. This is your favorite item, Owen. What do you think about it?
I mean, Matu feels that he's having a pretty smooth start, and he certainly is. 4-0-2. Arena's going to be dropped down. Not going to get a kill because of that. Zai not quite able to get the catch. That will be able to force them away, grab the 2 bounties. But yeah, now Matu's going to get a solid time with the amount of space and the way that Secret have been able to set up his early game.
Bristleback finally has a real item. He has that hood, so that's gonna be a bit more tanky. They have heroes to deal with the Bristleback. They have Monkey King. They have pure damage coming up from Enchantress Impetus, and most importantly, Tag Team. Like this is the ability that pretty much destroys all the tanky heroes. Like you think about the Tidehunter, you think about the Timbersaw. You need to be very careful. Smoke rotation to the top lane. Zai does not have the ulti, but him and Yapzor are trying to make stuff happen. Yapzor only level 4 is bringing a book to himself, which will bring him to level 6.
Let's see what they can catch. Thunder Predator. In pretty safe position though right now. Just backing up Minos. Space is made for him to take the tower. Starting to take their place inside Secret's jungle. The Secret waiting around the mid tower, seeing who shows themselves here on the defensive from Thunder Predator. It's just MJZ and Leo Style around right now.
Team Secret is a bit limited on the tower damage, so they can't really just go in and force a fight near the tower. Or Nisha. What?
He's gonna be able to.
He was just sitting there.
I mean, he knew he couldn't run right.
Yeah, no TP.
There's a haste rune on the Guap. You know, he just accepted his fate. Just tried to do as much damage as he could. Oh, and I like that. This is the full greed from Matu. This is the dream build.
This is
Midas, Battle Fury. He's
no
gonna go.
boots of travel though.
Yeah, that's a bit of a letdown. At the least, I can still expect the Ags after the Battle Fury. I mean, Matu knows. With this sort of start, if he can get away with this build-up, and you know, there's 12 minutes in, he already is getting away with it. He is going to be insanely farmed.
Yeah,
if Thunder Predator
before the
can't do something
game,
about
he
it.
was like, man, I have to watch OD's Dota buff to see what build he goes for, and now he's
Battle
copying
Fury.
it. Yeah,
It's beautiful. And you don't make any more money with anything else than these 2 items.
Earthshaker not even close to the Blink Dagger. No mana boots, has extra, Faded Bro, so that's gonna give him some mana. Definitely needs to find some farm on the map for himself. Team Secret still trying on the mid lane. As I've said, like they can't really go in and take the towers. They can try to choke them out of the map, invade their triangle, but they don't have enough to just go on the towers. Fluffy Cat bought by Enchantress as well, plus a cloak. Like this is a kind of a standard Puppy build where he wants to be as tanky as possible on his position 5 Enchantress.
That's certainly working so far. Yeah, yet to die this game, Puppy. 3-0-5. Sons of Predator just haven't really been able to make too many moves after that rough start on the top lane.
They have some nice ancient stacks on Thunder Predators, so they're trying to clear that. Maybe it would be better like if Bristleback gets those stacks, because they need the items on him. Venomancer is, the one you can sacrifice. He's going for the Spirit Vessel, which is going to be great against the Monkey King. Like just overtime damage and combined with his abilities feels really good. But they first need to get a kill.
Yeah, if this sort of passiveness continues, this game's going to get very difficult for Thunder Predator. Matu, he's already so far ahead, 3.5k ahead of anyone else on the side of Thunder Predator. I mean, they've got to do something, Thunder Predator. Waiting around against this lineup of Secret, it shouldn't end well for them with the items that Matu's got.
Yeah, Matu is like, they can't pressure us. I'm going to go full greed, get the most out of it. He's level 11, about to hit level 12. compared to like Bristleback, who just got level 10. There's a huge difference. He's staying 2.5k gold ahead of him.
Minos. Yes. Taking a bit of a walk around here. And they're ready and waiting for him. It's Minos. Of course, already massively struggling to keep up with the farmer. Matumba Man has now just gone and given his life to him as well. As Matsu will be propelled even further ahead of him.
The problem is Venomancer is the hero that wants to snowball from the lane, like just move around with the team, take the towers. Considering that they're 7k gold down, like they can't afford to do that. You also have kind of a static position 5. He's also the hero that can't make any aggressive moves, so like Earthshaker needs to be that. Echo Slam does not want to pop in the arena.
There's the jump. Straight away, they get themselves immediately on top of Leo Style. He's gone. And by the looks of it, Moose, he's going to attempt for a TP out. But Yapsor's in with a punch to put a stop to his escape. 2 more kills for Secret. As the struggles really are there here for Thunder Predator. This is looking to be a very, very tough one.
Coming in, they want to see if there are any stacks, because there is a huge stack right now. MNZ, he needs to be a bit careful. You know,
Secret
he's tanky, but he's not that tanky, especially if there's a Tusk with the tag team around. Fiend of Pain, Orchid.
Up straight in onto the back lines. As MJZ gets taken down, Minos gonna try and
Good
turn.
silence.
They do have the silence, but do they have the damage? They don't.
Only level 1.
Not quite in time. Nisha's
Echo.
going for the TP out moves. He'll put a stop to it. Will manage to catch back Nisha. As Nisha is caught out by the Gale, they'll take down the Quap. So finally, Thunder Predator able to get a good kill, and with that, the space for Minos to farm up his Ancient stack.
Yeah, they can secure Bristleback's farm near the Ancients. Moose also needs to get a lane for himself to farm up that Blink Dagger, and most importantly, he got the kill on the Queen of Pain. Monkey King, Battle Fury done, just needs to use the Courier. It's a Battle Fury minus phase boot 16 minutes going into
and double Venom. I mean,
yeah, not just Venom, full Corrosion.
Yeah. And the Ags, yeah. Midas Battle Fury Ags. This is the good stuff here from Matsuma.
10,000 net worth, 16 minutes in.
Moves. He's trapped in with Yapsop.
I never pull my punch.
Thunder Predator, what's the plan going to be? How are they going to deal with this Monkey King?
Oh, he's going in. Like, they're going Roche, I think. With the double damage, Mars can tank it. They have more, or Enchantress, like he has a point in Untouchable.
And there's no blink on moves, no Echo Slam for 70 seconds. So Secret not feeling that there's going to be any threat coming from Thunder Predator. Do they have any sort of way of jumping in? They don't have any of these sort of mobile heroes to zip in.
Scan connected, Keeper of the Light using the blast. This could be a lot of damage.
They can't go for this. This is going to be way too risky, Thunder Predator. They are going to try and at least take the kill on Roche. They won't get it. Secret have no trouble picking up the kill, picking up the Aegis on Matsu.
This is pretty big. Like, this is the Team Secret, you know, understanding what their heroes can do. They're also stealing the Roshan from Dead Prophet and Bristleback lineup, which is a pretty big deal. Bristle finishes the Vanguard, going into some more status resistance. Sanj, like, he's never gonna feel comfortable just going in because they have like so many tools that they can like kite him with. They have relatively maneuverable heroes. There's gonna be the Snowball. Slow's coming out from the Shadow Strike. He goes in, gets speared back.
I mean, what's the move? What's the recovery plan here for Thunder Predator? You know, but when you sort of look at their heroes, what can they try and play towards or itemize towards?
Their late game is very weak compared to Team Secret, so they need to start making some action. I guess what they're waiting for is Blink Dagger on Earthshaker. Echo Slam is up again. He needs to kill 2 creeps, has a Philosopher's Stone, so that's going to help out as well. They need to be taking the fights. Like, late game just belongs to Team Secret.
They're just having to be so careful when they try and move away from their towers, Thunder Predator. Secret with so much kill threat. Even in a game where, for the most part, Matsu's playing away from the rest of the squad, it's sort of just the 4 of Secret that are enough to scare Thunder Predator. Moose does have the smoke and the blink. See if they can get some sort of big jump with this.
Meanwhile, on
Secret.
the bottom lane, Minos, he looks pretty dead.
And 3 heroes going in on him.
Oh, the shard.
Ooh, doesn't trap him. Minos. He's going to be able to walk away, and that's actually going to allow him to get back to safety. The rest of Thunder Predator are coming down in with the remainder of this smoke. Leo Style. Leo Style on a Puppey. Pop of the Glimmer. See MJZ bringing in Frank. Balance strike from Matu comes down onto Leo Style. Matu, he's trying to get the ult going, but the silence is onto Matu. Matu, he's going to go down the once. Be kill off Monkey King one time. Can they do it a second time? Minos Leo Style moves, looking to surround him.
Glimmer
The
Cape.
Fisher out, jump forward for Nisha. The arena's down. Sonic Wave push them onto the side, but Matu's gone. They take him down once again. Thunder Predator now turn over towards Nisha. The silence out as well as the Crypt Swarm. Leo Style gets the double. Now
They're
over to
chasing
Zai.
Dual Scepter. They're going to get him as well. Puppey, another Glimmer Cape.
He can't do anything to save him. Zai also to fall here. Slowly but surely to the Plague Wards. As Thunder Predator, they make the move happen, and an excellent fight considering Secret. They were the ones with the Aegis. It didn't matter. Thunder Predator able to take him down twice.
One small mistake, you know, those ice shards blocking off the rest of the team, so they couldn't get close to the Bristleback and gave them enough time to actually connect. Oh man, if that was my pop, you know, that's an Overwatch case for sure.
Here we have it again.
Like if they isolate the Monkey Good, Fisher, and Thunder Predator, they can fight again. They're not gonna have Exorcism for 70 seconds, but there is still Echo Slam. It's also level 2, so 20 seconds less cooldown. They can keep fighting. They also have the Spirit Vessel on the Monkey King. Like Monkey went for a greedy build, you know. It doesn't get more greedier than this, going into Aghanim Scepter, but he will definitely need a BKB to stand his ground.
Absolutely. No,
Like
that's
against
sort of
the
fight.
Venomancer, you just get kited so much.
Yeah. You know, that's kind of what happens when you go Midas Battle Fury. If you turn up to fights like that, it's always going to be a little bit risky for Matu at the moment. Those items may speed up your farm, but they don't do much for you when Thunder Predator's on top of you. Trying to hold the tier 1 mid. Zai looking to get in position, but a good silence from Leo Style. Stops Zai from being able to get the spear back on Minos. Minos still pushing on. The rest of Thunder Predator hiding behind him. Moves, smoked in position. Does have the level 2 Echo good to go. It's Matu. He's going to start the defense here onto Minos. All four from Yapsor. The Secret of being careful about this. They know that Thunder Predator wants to fight here. Fisher.
Good Fisher block.
Able to block him off. Moves, jumps in. Yapsor will push his way over with the shard, but he'll still go down. Leo Style having the damage with the Siphon.
That's an experienced Tusk player right there, knowing that move, but still too much slow. Like Bristleback with the goo and Venomancer slows are gonna be disgusting. They're gonna need the BKBs. Queen of Pain working towards 1, just needs 600 gold to finish it off. Monkey, you know, he's committing, getting that Aghanim Scepter, and after that, he definitely needs to get a BKB.
These are some big moves from Thunder Predator. Still down the 8K, but the way that they've been able to take both of these fights, as you can see, it's just slowed down the growth of Secret's lead. And in terms of the XP, the real value there of killing such leveled heroes, really, especially like Matuma Man, because of that acceleration with how well he has been farming. When they do take him down, you'll see big swings in the XP.
Yeah, he's high level. He's level 18. Most importantly for Thunder Predator, Bristleback managed to actually, you know, get back into the game, only staying 3,000 gold behind this Monkey King, but you can feel him right now dealing the damage. SNY, a bit of a status resistance, amplifying that lifesteal and the HP regen.
That's bottom lane. This move from Thunder Predator. Who are they going to be able to find? Zai! Out just in time. Not going to quite get vision of him. Zai will escape. Nisha staying hidden in the trees. 200 gold off the BKB. See if this courier spots him out. No, not quite going to pass him over. I won't be aware of Nisha's positioning.
That's BKB done. On Nisha, we'll TP back to base. We still haven't seen like big Echo Slam. There was one slam on Queen of Pain to just get her killed to cancel the TP. But after the Blink Dagger, like he couldn't find any openings. Sometimes it's, you know, even better to not use Echo Slam if it's really not needed to have it for the second fight. Also not going for the shard. Aghanim shard before was an S tier shard. Right now it kind of feels meh.
Yeah. No, the 4-star is going to bear a lot of value here.
Yeah, especially against the Tusk and the Wukong's command, you want to push people out of it.
Now we're going to have, of course, Force as well being picked up by Frank. So.
A lot of value coming out from that item in this game.
Thunder Predator. We're going to see Secret coming up onto their half of the map up top, and they want to do something about it. Secret, they have the 4 of them here. Moves. He's actually going to open things up straight away with the Echo Slam. He jumps in onto Matumba Man. They've got the silence followed. Leo Styles in with the Exorcism. The damage, is it going to be quite there? The Zai Spear will push back. Leo Style away from Matumba Man, and Zai will keep him alive. They'll turn around with a punch-up onto Moose. They bring him down over to the side. Nisha nuke down Frank with the Sonic Wave. Nisha has now been silenced, so has to put the BKB to jump up to the high ground. Yapsor will catch MJZ with the Ice Shard. Leo Style and Minos, if they got enough damage for Nisha, another blink out. Silence up in a second. See if they can close the gap on this.
He got him. Silence. Perfect timing. That was such nicely done by Leo Style. Like, this hero is extremely fast. He even has the phase boots on the hero. This is what allowed him to actually close the gap. Force Staff by Puppey. Puppey's extremely farmed as a position 5. Like, he always finds the farm, one of the greediest ones. He has a Glimmer Cape and the Force Staff. But overall, like, if Thunder Predator managed to kill the Monkey King,
that was so close.
That would be pretty big.
That was, I mean, without that spear from Zai, Matu would have been dead for sure. He's in the mid lane. Minos feeling pretty strong. He's just running down the lane at the 2 of them, soon to be 4. Matu's waiting up in the trees, but the arena, it's actually going to knock down his trees. As Matu will still manage to live. He's going to be fine. A bit of a whiffed combo there. Zai's obviously got to be careful with the arena.
Frogs in the chat. OS Frog, this Bristleback is so tanky right now, especially with the Keeper of the Light, you know, just giving him constant mana. You could see Team Secret kind of hesitating. Do we go in? Matumba Man, Wukong's command multiple times cancel. Like, do I need to use it? Maybe we have enough. Sometimes it's really hard to have a read on heroes like Bristleback, how much you need to kill him. Same goes for the Timbersaw.
I mean, can they kill him at all? I mean, at this stage, you know, is it going to be at the point soon where Matu has to get a Silver Edge?
Matu's going to Scotty. Like, Scotty cripples all the healing from the Dead Prophet. Might still need to get a BKB. Like, he's tanky. It also... But the Venomancer could just cripple him. One Gale, they go on him with the Dead Prophet ulti. There is one save, you know, coming up from the Snowball. Maybe they think, Puppey, he's itemizing for those saving abilities. We have a Glimmer Cape, we have a Force Staff. Maybe that's going to be enough. 2 Raindrops and Raindrop and the Fairy Fire.
I have to say that this is impressive stuff from Thunder Predator. I mean, with the positioning and the way that Secret's having to sort of pull back, they're not playing like a team that's down 10k net worth. You really don't feel that in the way that Thunder Predator's still able to assert dominance.
Ones right now making the moves across the map. They're going inside the pit. They have more than enough. Radiant using the scan. They know something is up. They just don't have enough time to actually react to this. Frank, with the minus armor coming out from Medallion, going into Solar Crest. Venomancer is the hero that can build pretty much any item in the game, and it's always going to feel good.
No, this is huge stuff from Thunder Predator. It's now swinging back over to mid, and it really is Secret. They're having to be so cautious despite having sort of an item or so ahead on Matumba Man. It's Thunder Predator, both Leo Style and Minos really catching up.
I like what Yapsor is doing. Maybe we can't kill Bristleback, but we can kick him out of the fight. I just hope that's not going to be like we're going to kick people out of the arena, kick people out of Wukong's command type of a thing.
You got to watch out for those anti-combos. We've already seen it a little bit between the arena and the trees that Matu's trying to stand on. As Thunder Predator, they're putting pressure onto both of the tier 2s. They're pushing down top. They're pushing down mid. Secret's just kind of letting them do this. As the top tier 2 gone, Thunder Predator, they're going to try and pressure the high ground. They got the Exorcism out. Secret's going to have to come back and do something about this. As Thunder Predator, they're doing the damage.
They have the catapult on top of that. Veno starting to put down some wards. Smoke in the back lines.
Slowly but surely taking this tier 3 tower. Zai's going to jump in with the spear. Won't be able to latch it onto Minos. As Minos, he's not going to get stunned. Can stand his ground, keep on pushing on. Of course, he's got that Aegis, and that's not even going to be threatened if they can even take him down at once, but he's so beefy.
That's a tier 3 tower already gone. They're going for the range barracks.
They'll get the spear off onto Leo Style. See if they can blow him down. Sonic Wave comes
Can't get
in.
it off.
He's down. They're able to put a stop to the siege here for Thunder Predators. They take out the DP. Can they get more from this side? Trying with the setup, moves, jumps over the Echo Slam, focusing
Only on
Matumba, but
Monkey.
Matsu's going to be fine. Matsu forced into the action, Boundless Strike down onto Moose, over to Frank. Secret, they'll push back Thunder Predator. Matsu, he'll chase over towards MJZ. The Kotl will fall. As Minos the only one able to get out of there. They got the tier 3.
That was such a great arena coming out from Mars there. Zai on point. Like, the spear did not connect on the Bristleback, but yeah, Bristle, he needs to be up front. Like, he's super tanky, still has that Aegis for the next 2.5 minutes. Rest of the team, like, not the best execution there. Like, they got the tower, they dealt some damage on the range barracks, but Earthshaker, like, they needed to save the Dead Prophet there. Dead Prophet is relatively tanky, but they need to use something to just save her. You know, and anything like a Fisher. So if she managed to get the cheese off, I think it's a different fight. You know, using the Spirit Siphons, a BKB, possibly Yule Scepter after that. But they managed to bring her down from 100 to 0, which is a pretty big deal. And yeah, big W for Team Secret.
They're able to hold. I mean, it was very close to Leo Star maybe being able to survive because the Exorcism heal was coming back in at the same time that they went on him. But just too much overpowering damage from Secret. They will hold now, jump right up
They
to
need to go in
17k.
again. They still have Aegis. I feel Thunder Predator should be taking another fight. We can see drawing on a minimap. They want to go from the top. There is no tier 3 tower. Exorcism will be level 3 after this creep wave, so extra 8 ghosts on top of that.
Zai aware that
Matu
heading
is
over.
so farmed. Like, Matu is insanely farmed. This Scotty is going to cripple the Bristleback, the Dead Prophet, like all the healing pretty much. This is one of the best items you can get against the Bristleback, and he still has 3,000 gold in the bank.
He's going to be very close to having that next time. BKB if he wishes. It's Leo Star. He's got Exorcism ready to go, level 18. Don't have that stronger siege potential. Let's see how much more they can get done with the remaining minutes of the Aegis. Minos starts to poke in mid.
Zai has Spider Legs, so that's going to be like an easy way to go in and set things up, possibly with the Spear back. Thunder Predator, they're in. Solar Crest now on the Venomancer, range barracks gone.
Over to the melee racks. See what Secret could do to stop this. It's Minos. Trying to stack up the goo. Prepare Secret for the fight. They do try and bring it to him. And he's getting away with just taking this melee rack. They'll jump in with a spear. We'll get him straight pretty deep. And with the kickback as well. He's right in the base.
That's the combo we were talking about.
See if they can blow him up. Here's Minos. He is going to go down the once. He's going to be back for round 2 on the backlines. Nishi comes in with a Sonic Wave. He's blown up moves.
That's a DD Quap.
Minos, he's going to have to make his way around the Ice Shard. Coming down with a Boundless Strike. Yaxor.
Kick into the fountain. Let's go.
Minos
is ready.
See if they can quite finish him. They're going to be able to kick Frank straight in. As Minos, he can't get out of this. The arena's trapping him in. With the extra damage from the tag team, they'll bring him down. Meanwhile, though, Leo Star was able to focus the objectives. They lose 4, but they do get the melee racks, and they do get Nisha. Nisha out of the game for 70. So objective is taken, and unlikely that Secret's going to be able to do too much whilst Thunder Predator have 4 heroes dead.
They got the barracks. They are on the timer here. Their heroes are going to start falling off. But Queen of Pain, yeah, he goes in, cleans up one hero, goes for the second, and then Dead Prophet just instantly kills her. They still get the barracks, but yeah, Thunder Predator, they need to keep fighting. Once they're all up,
well, you want to see this
go
again.
in again. Exactly.
Just a repeat of this down the mid, which is going to be a little harder next time because they obviously lost the Aegis. Have to wait 2 minutes if they want to try and go for it again with that. Leo Star will continue to further tank up. The Shiva's Guard done. And we did see as well from Matu's decision, not wanting to get the BKB that initially queued up.
This kind of reminds me of Ame from the first day. You know, he was like, I'm refusing to buy a BKB. I can, you know, win a game without getting a BKB. I will get an Abyssal Blade instead.
And
I might get it as a 6th item.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Matu is feeling pretty good with the way that he's been able to play so far this game. He's only died the once. 7-1 and 10.
I know why. You know, he does not want to get rid of Hand of Midas and, you know, just to get that Abyssal Blade up. Wants to upgrade the Basher. Queen of Pain, Shiva's Guard, so that's going to limit the amount of healing on the Bristleback. Extra kiting potential, the slow, minus attack speed. YapzOr going into the Blink Dagger. Like, they have these repositioning abilities. The spear, the kick.
There we
There's
go,
the
Minos.
Abyssal. But no follow-up. They need Earthshaker.
I mean, look at this wraparound from Secret. Zai and Puppey coming in from the other side of the river. Zai, he's able to jump over. He's able to close the gap on the Moose. They've got the Glimmer Cape. Can they do anything to keep Moose alive? Those sentries down. They see a Moose trying to force over to the side, but straight into the wall of the arena. Moose goes down. Nisha has to blink away from Minos over in the river, Leo style. Being looked toward by both Matsu and Puppey.
Used, but he's so slow. These monkeys are actually destroying her.
Silence comes out as well as the BKB. They're trying to fight Matsu inside the Wukong, see if they're able to do it. The Cypher's bringing Matsu down low. Minos trying to get back in. The Sonic Wave pushes him back. Minos up in the air. Matsu falling very low. They'll spear him back into the range of the Wukong's command. Boundless strike down from the side as they bring down Minos. Frank, he's going for the TP out. He makes it away. But 3 dead on Thunder Predator. A Secret lose nothing.
What a wraparound from Team Secret. They found pretty much the best target. They go on an Earthshaker. He does not have enough money for the buyback. He invested all of his gold, which I think is kind of a mistake. Yeah, you know, Force Staff is good. Going for that Glimmer Cape or Shadowblade. Not sure where his career is. No, it's just an amulet. So it's a lot of investment. If he didn't buy that, he would have enough money for the buyback, potentially come back to the fight. And you can see, like, these monkeys from Aghanim Scepter, they're doing so much work. That Prophet was almost not moving at all.
Yeah, this Skadi debuff really messing with some of the potential for Thunder Predator's cause to stay alive. 20 seconds without Leo Style and Minos on this defense.
Yeah, also the fact that he has Paladin Sword on the Monkey King, of course. Gaben is watching, you know, pressing the button from his office in Seattle.
There's a lot of heals. Zai tries to get him pretty deep here, see if he can get the grab onto MJZ. Won't be able to, as Thunder Predator quick with the reaction. They'll take the tier 3, they won't be able to get any racks yet. As now Thunder Predator's up, Secret starting to back off, getting closer. It's under 2 minutes until the Roche. And both teams, of course, going to be eyeing that up for sure. Minos, they want to have his AC done for the next fight if possible. Arcane Rune, ooh, he's going to jump in onto Nisha. Nisha actually popping the BKB just to be as safe as he can, knowing there's a chance of Fisher follow-up from the Abyssal.
YapzOr's ready with the kick. Actually decided to go for Ether Lens. I like that. You know, it's much easier to use your abilities. Matu hit level 25, went for Wukong's additional ring, so that's going to be pretty big. Great zoning tool. Roche actually will respawn in a minute. Matu sold the Midas, bought a BKB, 6th item.
All right, there we go. Now he's looking pretty safe.
And now you have 37-minute, 10-second BKB. Also, tier 4 items are about to drop. Minotaur Horn for Thunder Predator, Ninja Gear for Monkey. Yeah, he's not gonna keep that Paladin Sword, just too good of an item. I feel like, you know, Paladin Sword just gives a bit too much, like amplifies the regeneration, healing, lifesteal, and the spell lifesteal. Why not just add something else to that? Because there's nothing more to add, I guess.
We've already given so much, yeah. Absolutely, on any of these heroes with inbuilt sort of lifesteal mechanics, it's pretty insane. That's mid. Zai is going to start things off onto Minos. The Wukong's command is down. Is there any way they can get him out of here? He's going to jump over to the side with the Abyssal Blade. Minos trying to run. Minotaur Horn popped. Sonic Wave will start to push him back a bit. Minos is still alive, but the Boundless strikes out. Leo Star heading in. Minos getting focused by Matuma Man. They'll lose the Bristle. Bristle's out, and now Leo Star's got to be careful. He's trying to retreat, but Matu's chasing off. Buys a bit of time for himself with the self-fuels. Leo Star looks to turn. The Glimmer's out. Upon it moves.
Echo.
Jumps in with the Echo. It brings Matu low, but it isn't enough to save Leo Star. Leo Star goes down. Matu gets the triple ultra kill, and Kotl to fall as well.
Of course, KS in the end steals the Rampage from the Monkey King.
No.
Matu is not happy with that. Like, Bristleback had the cheese in that fight, but the Shiva's Guard, the Skadi effect, like, it felt like he used a full magic wand rather than the cheese there.
Yeah. YapzOr might have to self-cast the kick after that Rampage steal. Unfortunately, not possible.
Yeah, do you like pineapple on your pizza, YapzOr?
They're
gonna go for the high ground.
They wouldn't do anything that brutal.
They might actually just possibly go for even tier 4 towers. See what's happening. See what happens, you know, because they have a lot of damage. Monkey with the Aghanim Scepter is a bit too much. He can solo Roche. He can solo the barracks.
This is indeed at least going to be the one set mid. Towards bottom they go, and they are back up. They're still going to have to wait a good minute for the Exorcism or Echo Slam to be back online. Secret having a big window to take these objectives. Tier 2 that's still up top will be a little bit of a saving grace here for Thunder Predator. For now, they won't be megaed.
A refresher will be dropped by Roshan, so they can go in. It's being pinged out. Also,
I mean, look at Thunder Predator.
Things out.
They're charging straight over.
Yeah, they know. Like,
Yeah.
we need to take this fight inside the pit. We lose the fight, we GG out.
Let's see what sort of moves they can make around this. 20 seconds until the Poison Nova. This is 30 seconds to Exorcism and 30 seconds to the Echo Slam. I think Secret's going to be able to take Roche down a little quicker than those ultimates are coming online.
If someone tries to go in and like potentially steal the Roche or anything from it, Yapster can just kick him out.
It's Matsu. He's finishing off Roche, and he'll be able to do so without any interruptions. Over to the side, Minos trying to go for Puppey. Got the dust out onto him, but now with the Hex on Minos has got to be careful. He's caught right in the center of the Wukong's command.
There's the
Put the
bash,
Monitor
the
on,
missile.
trying to get out this Zai off the mark with
Keeping
the
him
spear.
inside the Wukong.
But it's a lot of damage coming out from Matuma Man and too much for Minos to deal with as the Bristleback falls. No buyback as well for 80 seconds. Jump over from Matuma Man. They've
He
got the
sees
vision on
him.
Moose. He'll force up to the high ground, but Zai lays down the arena. Moose actually able to get the blink off.
Get out.
Still going to be found by the Palace Strike, and he will still fall. Matu claiming another life. As both Moose and Minos will have to watch from the sidelines for just under a minute.
Yeah, no buyback on Bristleback. Like this type of lineup from Thunder Predator, they're relying on fighting early on, getting the advantage. Did not happen in this game. Now Team Secret in full control, like their heroes really scaled. Queen of Pain got the level 25, doesn't have the fear anymore. But yeah, the spell block, I don't think there's anything to block other than the Yule Scepter.
There we go, looking to get onto the Ancient, taking down the tier 4s. As Frank tries to step forward, Nisha's going to open up on him. Matu jumps over straight away. Yapso is going to be able to kick him in deep. As he's separated Leo Star from the rest of his team, Leo Star's put the BKBs, got the Siphons going, trying to keep himself alive with the burst of the Sonic Wave, pushes him over to the side, he's going to put the Exorcism, but the Hex is there, he's caught in the Wukong's command, Leo Star's down, jump over from Zai, Arena over on towards Frank, Frank's call, moves it down, GG, it's called. A Secret with the first game of themselves here at the Major, they'll turn up, and they'll certainly do it in this first game, getting an insane lead. Thunder Predator, despite being as down as far as they were in the net worth, they certainly gave it their all, fighting from behind for the majority of this game.
I love how they, even though they were 10k gold down, they understand we need to fight right now. Like, we cannot allow Team Secret to farm for another 5 minutes. They go in, they take a fight, they lose it, unfortunately, but for Team Secret, they're strong.
Yes.
They have been strong for the last year and a half, and they're showing why. This team will punish every single mistake you make.
Yeah, absolutely. And you sort of knew that this was going to be tough ever since that start where Matu, he gets away with this lane where he's sort of 4-0-2 at 7 minutes in. He's able to go for the Midas, the Battle Fury, the Ags. He's just insanely far ahead of anyone else in the game. They don't
top lane
quite have that late game scaling on the side of Thunder Predator.
The top lane was pretty much unplayable. They tried to make something out of it. Maybe if Earthshaker rotated their a bit earlier, leave Venomancer 1v1 against Mars, they would be able to salvage that lane, but didn't happen. Matu just had all the free farm in the world.
He did, and turned into a complete beast at the end of it all. But a good solid showing from Thunder Predator, playing from behind. This is what they do when they're behind you. So these fights they were still able to take whilst they're like 20k down. If they're able to sort of tighten up the early game, not let Matu get out of control as much as he did, it certainly stands a shot here. But as it stands, first game, Secret will take the win.
Thank you so much, ODPixel and Lacoste. Indeed, the Secret team take game number 1, but it wasn't all doom and gloom for Thunder Predator. Here to break the game down, I'm here with Tsunami and with Gods. Gods, where do you want to start? You want to start with the aggressive tri-lane coming out from Team Secret?
It's a good place to start.
It is.
That's where the game just unraveled and kind of fell apart. There was a lot more that happened later on, but really clever idea from Secret to go for this tri-lane. Tusk tag team, one of the best tri-lane heroes in the game. Enchantress, we talk about a lane dominator. And I think the really important thing is the hero for Secret that had a really tough lane, Zai, was the hero that didn't need farm, didn't matter for him. And the hero on Thunder Predator who was having a good lane, the Veno, he doesn't need farm, but he's the one here getting a good lane, and it was just a really smart way for Secret to lane this game.
Yeah, Thunder Predator tried to re-raffle. They were grabbing the fibers together whenever they were taking the stacks on Bristleback and sieging high ground with confidence. Oh, I thought after the absolute curb stomping that was the top lane, Bristleback was just going to be lost at sea, but they managed to get him on the right track. Just a little bit of lack of discipline. I know you were pointing out that Exorcism ended on their first high ground siege, or at least it was like it had like 3 seconds left.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
were still there.
And going for like a range Rex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And part of it, I think, was the debut of the Tusk Walrus kick. There was on the second siege. The first one, they just stayed too long. The second one, they were like, okay, we'll hold Exorcism this time. We'll play it a little bit more conservatively. And then Zai came, speared, Yapzor punted him into the fountain.
But they did go high ground. They were very
Yeah,
far behind in the
twice.
net worth. And I think this game was also, I mean, sure, laning stage didn't go great, but we said after the draft, if the laning stage doesn't go great, it's over. It's done. They lost. And they didn't roll over and die.
Yeah, they didn't. I think even as they're taking racks, like even though like they died, let's even ignoring that, it still felt like they were in this really hard to win position. Like one Rex advantage isn't a whole lot in Dota these days, but you could see how the draft was meant to work. If they didn't get crushed in the lanes, they would have been taking that Rex 10, 15 minutes earlier. They wouldn't be an Ags on a Tusk. You know, you don't expect that in your game plan.
Yeah, but also I don't think Matu would have gone Midas Battle
True.
Fury.
Oh, of course.
That's
Yeah, that allowed them, gave them a little wiggle room to go
Yeah.
high ground, get that Rex. But you could kind of see the idea behind what they were trying to do. But if the lanes had gone better, if Bristol had been able to snowball, they would have been able to take multiple lanes of racks, Roches, and maybe just won the game off of that. But it was a very high-risk kind of approach to this draft.
Yeah, on the other side, I mean, we're talking about what Thunder Predator had to struggle with. This was the first showing of Team Secret on the main stage, on the Singapore Major, on the international stage, since they lost to Team Nigma and Kiev LAN. I don't want to say. That was their last LAN, right?
Who's
Matt
LAN?
Moon? Team Secret.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They lost a 5-game grand final. I
Yeah,
believe,
the reverse sweep from Team Nigma. But they are the last major winners. They were
Right,
able
yep.
to come out of nowhere to have a half-a-year break and then still dominate the main stage in Leipzig at that time. And this was the first game on the main stage from them. I liked what I saw, but they weren't as dominant as what I was expecting them to be.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to be. Again,
Okay.
like Matu's build kind of leaned into, this is going great. We're gonna win this anyway. Even the way that they were defending high ground, like I don't think that Secret were panicking. They were like, oh, they're taking high ground. Whatever. They take a Rax. Like my Monkey King has a 10k net worth advantage. We got the Scotty,
Yeah.
so even the Bristleback's not really gonna get back into this game very easily. The Death Prophet's gonna get shut down, and so I give sincere credit to Thunder Predator for not falling to pieces when things went poorly, but I don't think it's quite as competitive as Secret made it seem.
That's a very diplomatic way
Yeah.
of saying Team Secret looked a step ahead. What do you think of their draft overall? In hindsight, they obviously did not really expect to be playing up against the Keeper of the Light Bristleback. They were able to make it work out.
Yeah, I think they showed maybe this is something that regardless of what they're against, they wanted to do tri-laning against MNZ. I think that may have been in their game plan regardless, and partly why they wanted to pick up the Tusk early on. I think MNZ is, him securing his lane is such a big part of Thunder Predator's success, and I think Secret are targeting him as a player and basically understanding that maybe if we give him a bad game, Frank is not used to having the most farm and doing a whole lot with it. He's usually playing that more sacrificial role. So I think Secret are forcing Thunder Predator out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, it worked out. This game, we did see Matuma Man pop off, but Tsunami.
Yeah.
Was that because of him? Or who do we give the MVP to? Because I believe that there's also two supports that were on his lane securing that farm for him.
Yeah. Enchantress or Tusk.
Puppy solo killed the Bristle in the jungle.
That is...
that
Give it a Puppy.
Give it to Puppy.
Give
That's
it to
hard for
Puppy.
me.
Hard to beat.
Enchantress v Bristle. You never see that matchup go Enchantress this way.
That's a big. Honestly, that is a big kill.
was,
Because that's
yeah.
when Bristle's like, my lane's gone terribly. I'm level 4, I think, at the time. He
Yeah.
goes jungle. He's hoping to, do some self stacks, just get a bit of catch. And Puppy just finds him, snipes him, slows him down even more.
Also, tons of Glimmer Capes also. There were so many times where
Yep.
Secret were just mere auto attacks away from dying.
Yeah.
Especially against all the magic damage. Venom was like, please let my ult kill them, or at least get close to killing them. And they were always just this close.
It's always fun watching Puppy because he's very individually skilled as well. Like there was a cool play where his team lost a fight down the bottom river.
Yeah,
he
stole the bounties.
glimmered through, stole one bounty. They're hunting for him. He glimmers past, steals the other bounty, and it's just like, that's such a Puppy play to make.
It's just mind games. He knows where to move and where to go at every stage of the game. A lot of fun to watch that first game, and we're gonna see a second game out of these two teams, and perhaps even a third game out of these two teams still. Before we do that, though, let me just thank one of our sponsors, Logitech. Now we're gonna give you a little bit more time this time around. That's a QR code. Get your phone out and scan it. I know there were some complaints last time for us not letting the QR code stay up long enough, so you got some time and you want to scan the QR code, because any purchase that you make on the Logitech G Pro Series gaming gear, you get a Dota 2 pin that you can glam up your clothes, your backpack, everything fabric actually. So you should do that. And I hope that you've had enough time this time to scan that QR code. And otherwise, you just have to wait and see. There will be more. And there's also a Twitch panel below the stream. It's just to make it a little bit easier for you. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we're back, it is more Team Secret and Thunder Predator.
Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota 2 Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota 2 Pro Games. On this channel, every day we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
And I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
Here song. Want to just point that out right there. Yeah, really, really good, really hype. And I know that there's a lot of people out there right now that are like, can they start the next game already? I want to see this Dota. But Thunder Predator just played the first game against Team Secret in a best-of-3 upper bracket match. Every second of this, like this is, for us, it's like, you know, we talk about the game, there's a commercial break, we're waiting for the draft to start, gods, but for these players, they have so much to talk about because they did not have any information beforehand, and they now got one game to go off of. What are they going to talk about?
Yeah, I guess, figure out where the problems are. I think their problems are going to start within, though. I think they tried something new. They tried a kind of a pocket strat almost with a Bristle Death Prophet kind of lineup. I hope the talk is let's go back to our play style. I think playing those true carries for MNZ, having that active playmaking mid laner, to me, that's where Thunder Predator shine.
That, and I don't think they've ever been thrown off balance in the laning phase this much before. I don't think that any other team was dictating the pace would be like, oh, you know, what happens if we give you a tri-lane? Then what are you going to do about it? Thunder Predator typically is like, yeah, first 5 minutes is whatever, and then we're just going to run at you afterwards. Yeah. But if you're not even allowed to get a foot in the door in the first 5 minutes, then it's tough to recover.
It was also one of the rare drafts from them. Like, this is the first time that we saw the Coddle Bristle, and that draft doesn't really allow you to run at your opponent at minute 5, because you first do need to get those lanes, so you need to get the stacks and the farm up on your Bristle. So I hope, just like Gods, I hope that they go back to where they were successful in the group stages, but maybe they would consider themselves to be too predictable. It's so easy to get into your own head at this stage, and this is the point where I think having a coach would be really good, because they can put you back on track, right, Tsunami?
Yeah, and stylistically, I think that they may be able to change some things in terms of the draft. I think take the Tusk. Don't give it to Secret. Even if Tusk doesn't enable you to invade and early on, if things don't go well, it's still a good all-purpose hero. So don't go all in on like a cute strategy like a Coddle Bristle. You know, leave that to the liquids of the world.
We had the first phase bans in the previous game from Thunder Predator be Io Pango. You think they should stick with the same ones?
I think they still have to ban Io personally.
Yeah, Io at least.
You just don't know if Secret's going to pull out some core IO that's going to just run over you.
I also think Secret's the only team that could probably win with support IO right now.
It was Team Secret that banned out Puck and Earth Spirit. Just to complete this. I think Earth Spirit they have to keep banned. Moose is just... Unless they get first pick and they want it themselves. But then again, it's not necessary. Like, Yapsor can play it, and Puppy tried to play it a couple times too, but I don't think it is greedy enough for Yapsor.
Yeah. And thinking back also, what did that Earthshaker first phase, what was the goal? What was it supposed to accomplish there?
That pick in itself felt a little out there. We haven't seen much Shaker. It's a hero that, after getting the nerf in the middle of the DPC League, fell off a lot, stopped getting picked. And just, I think generally the sentiment is that Shaker is not a tier 1 4 position anymore. Yeah.
And if they were trying, like, I don't even see the synergy plan with their Coddle Bristle plan with the Shaker. So, I think Moose needs to be reevaluated if you're looking at the second draft.
If that's one of those heroes that Secret Season, like, we could tri-lane against that. It's a Shaker. That's a terrible tri-lane here. Like, it does nothing. You never want to be trading right clicks as a Shaker. So, I think if you're Thunder Predator, you want to secure your lanes and go back to your game plan. Those are the two keys for me in game number 2.
I think you either ban Tusk or take Tusk.
First pick is going the way of Thunder Predator this time around, so they could secure themselves the Tusk like Team Secret did in the previous, because we seem to have a complete swap of sides and of first/second pick. Right?
Team Secret has... Thunder Predator had first pick both games. They first picked Death Prophet, I want to say.
Oh, you are right,
I think
actually.
they may change the Death Prophet to a Tusk first pick. That's a possibility.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Secret might be expecting that, because I think that's like a very obvious tweak. They're going to look at, like, both teams will be like, well, the Tusk trial lane is a big part of why we won. So.
Yeah.
Io Pango still removed.
A lot of respect on the Pango.
Yeah, maybe also a little bit of the old Levin Pango that they remember being good. They've seen the potential in the hands of someone that really knows how to play it, and Zai really knows how to play it, so want to avoid that. And respect on the side of Team Secret on the Death Prophet. They removed that one.
Is it respect or mind games?
I think the mind game here is they're expecting Thunder Predator, if they'd banned Earth Spirit, to first pick Tusk. So now Secret's like, well, you can take Earth Spirit, then we get Tusk again. Or you take Tusk.
Yeah, that's actually,
And that will probably be what's going to happen.
Yeah, so it's a bit of respect, but I think it's just recognition from Secret that Thunder Predator is going to change their first pick, so they want to guarantee they get something in response.
Yeah.
But I'd also say ET's look pretty good as far as that like kind of bruiser
China has
support.
been making a huge name for ET, but surprisingly absent from the other regions.
Yeah. And apparently not as a cookie cutter clear first pick Tusk as we thought. Some bonus time being used here.
Yeah, second phase bans, if I'm thinking back, it's not like Thunder Predator were targeting like Nisha. There was the Invoker ban, then like an AA ban, and then I forgot what the third ban was, but they were just kind of all over the place.
You know, out of all the players of Team Secret, we haven't really talked too much about Nisha. What did we think about his Queen of Pain performance in Game 1?
It was, I think, solid. He did his job overall. I don't think he was like a standout player by any means, but there were a few fights where you didn't actually see him because he was just jumping the back lines.
Yeah.
He was the reason we never saw any big Shaker echoes. He made it his job to give Shaker a really rough time, and I like that because meanwhile in the main fight, that's where the spear backs from Zai and the Walrus kicks were pushing Bristle out of position, so they split the fight really well.
Yeah, and he basically knew his role, and his role wasn't necessarily to be that flashy.
Yeah, he didn't have to carry the game.
Yeah.
The hero I feel like could be big this draft is the Monkey King. I wonder if Thunder Predator is going to. If I'm them, I'm thinking they might need a ban at second phase, or perhaps they're picking Nature's Prophet, knowing it's a hero that can lane well against Monkey King.
Can kill his trees. Always good.
Also good against Enchantress, if Team Secret want to go back to that.
This has generally been Frank playing an off lane, and they really like this duo. The Nature's Prophet with Earthspirit, such an aggressive dual lane to have in the off lane, and that aggression can then be applied elsewhere on the map once they get a good start. Nature's Prophet can, teleport anywhere. Earthspirit's always roaming on mid, so this is what I was hoping for from Thunder Predator in Game 1. I think this is a much better look.
And they're all smiling, they're all laughing, they're having a grand old time. That's also what I like to see, because, man, if they were looking distraught after Game 1, I'm like, it's not going to get easier. It's only going to get harder from here.
Yeah. But this opening already very comfortable for Thunder Predator and very familiar from what we have seen in the group stages. So opening again for Team Secret. Worked in Game 1.
Yep.
Why not do it again?
I think if you're Thunder Predator, this is where you're discussing, okay, they might tri-lane us again, because sacking the Mars against the tricky, like, Nature's Prophet or Spirit lane's a really good approach. Mars, if he ends up in a 1v1 against Nature's Prophet, you can deal with Treants pretty well. So I think Thunder Predator need to secure their lanes. Earthspirit, a good tri-lane hero at least, so if they do end up in a tri-lane versus tri-lane scenario, they have got a pretty solid.
Do you feel like that will limit their pool if they know that they're going to go up against a tri-lane? Does that limit their hero pool? Because Oracle obviously would fit in that still very well as well. And it's kind of comes down to Minos' hero then.
Yeah, it definitely can limit maybe the carries they can pick. We've seen them play Terrorblade. We've seen them even pick Anti-Mage. I don't think you want to be going for those if you're in a potential tri-lane scenario.
Yeah, more like his Troll, maybe his Weaver.
Yeah. I don't imagine Secret give him Troll, though.
Probably not, yeah. Ban out the Monkey King.
Well, let's start with banning out the Morph. But I would imagine some cores being targeted here. Would you still target Oracle, or are you fine with it? MJZ is going to play something decent anyway. There's so many 5s to ban.
Yeah, I think I don't think they're going to target 5s. I think the Secret's okay giving away any 5s. If you had to pick one, I would actually pick the Phoenix over the Oracle to ban out.
Okay.
Could see Thunder Predator if they want to, bring some of the America's flair to the table, running a carry Alchemist. Very good tri-lane hero. Acid Spray level 1 is absolutely bonkers, and I think, historically you don't really consider Alk a tri-lane hero, but you never want to fight under level 1 Acid Spray, and I've seen teams try and pressure an Alk by like going aggro against him, and the Acid Spray plus right clicks is just too much to deal with.
If they had flex potential, I'd be on board, but I don't think I've seen them run it on Frank. And I don't, like, if they pick Alchemist and it's like guaranteed to be safe lane, then I think that's very, very dangerous against Secret.
I think it's that like 4th, 5th pick. Like maybe your 4th pick into bans. It's kind of where it is, because that's where you have the double pick before Secret get the last pick of the draft. But it is one of those riskier picks, I feel.
Secret do ban out the Phoenix.
Yeah, and then the Predators ban out the Troll themselves.
A lot more. It's much more focused from Thunder Predator in the second phase of bans.
Yeah.
Troll, one of those carries, does lane pretty well against Nature's Prophet, and I think that's kind of where I think Thunder Predator recognize, they need some kind of hero. But if it's not Mars, if we put ourselves in a position where they can't aggro tri-lane us, they need a carry that can lane against Nature's Prophet. Jug, another strong carry overall against the Nature's Prophet, so Thunder Predator really trying to give Frank a good game, it seems.
Could go for Matu Bloodseeker.
I was somewhat also curious if they were going to end up banning the Enchantress at all.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Ent is still in the pool.
They do. They're one of the few teams that actually did play it themselves on MJZ, so perhaps that's the reason why they leave it in. But yeah, worked out very well for Team Secret previous game. They end up banning the Ursa as the last ban there.
That's a good ban. That's one of the probably most comfort picks for MNZ, I feel like, at this time. One hero I'm curious to see if we see a return of. Last time there was a Coronature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Liquid. Sven. I don't know. Maybe it's too early to talk about the Sven, but it actually won the game. It was a bit of a crazy game. It was, I think that was the Mega Creep comeback where Liquid ended up winning. But
I mean, it's a traditional hero against a Prophet for multiple reasons, I guess. Not all of them good. But it's still a Sven. Yeah, man, too early. Sorry. I'm just not in my A game here. I'm bringing up heroes like Sven. Apologies, panelists.
Just say the exact same
I mean, it's
draft.
a European team. You never know, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta bring it up against Nature's Prophet.
I don't know if Secret should be taking ideas from, Alliance and Liquid right now.
I was gonna mention Tide as one of the heroes that MJZ has played, but the only reason I was going to bring it up was because there would be all green. So there was no actual strategical thought process behind it.
Don't doubt your instincts, Shiver.
But what is the strategical thought process here? Because they played as 5.
Yeah, it's if they tri-lane again, because they picked the exact same 3 heroes that they tri-laned, or that they started a tri-lane with last time, then Tidehunter, send him into it. He will be much more effective at tanking it than a Coddle would be.
And am I... Did they run one game of Carry Nature's Prophet as well? I think MNZ may have played it once.
But someone else did. It was against them. Ame played Carry Nature's Prophet.
Okay.
They, by the way, they run Tide both on Frank and MJZ, but I'm kind of expecting Prophet.
They have the
Frank.
Earth Spirit, so...
Yeah.
I mean, the Tide Nature's Prophet dual lane was very common for a while. The Gush with the right clicks just obliterated people, but...
I wonder if Secret is expecting it to be a core Tidehunter, because they go straight into a Timber Saw.
I think regardless, it's a good Timber game, though, because against the Nature's Prophet as well. But, of course...
But then now what happens to Mars, though?
Yeah. I mean, you can't really flex out into a support role. Mars mid, perhaps?
Yeah.
Mars mid, Timber mid, Timber carry. Mars.
This bat pick is fantastic. You're happy whether it's laning against Mars or Timber. Just make sure you get it matched up against one of those 2 heroes.
Leaves me with the same question, though. Who's playing it? Is that Leo Styles hero then?
I think it's going to depend on who Secret gives the Mars and the Timber to. I think you're going to give it higher. You're going to give Batrider as high farm priority as you can. I think
Leo Styles playing it maybe regardless of whether it goes mid. I guess
true,
he's always mid, but I just feel like that's the hero that suits him. He doesn't want to be on a Nature's Prophet so much. But it is a possibility.
Ban out Bloodseeker, Thunder Predator again banning out, I guess, potential breaks. Ban out the Slark. What is the reason to pick Slark these days? I just say break because I don't think anyone else builds Silver Edge other than Slark.
It's Matumba, man.
Yeah, but I mean...
4 anchors and a sea captain would like to have a word with you, Tsunami.
Tidehunter this is one big anchor wants to have a word
Slark
with me.
into Batrider into Tide. It's a good Slark game. And Slarks look okay when it's a good Slark game. I wouldn't say it like the good Slark. The thing is, when it's been a good Slark game, it hasn't been like this insta-win hero, but it's been decent, especially when other carries are banned, which is very much the case right now.
Yeah.
Taking their time here. Is there another break they should be worried about? Because...
No. I was just saying that because I was like, I don't really see any justification for a Slark game. You don't need to ban Viper or anything here. I think you just continue... Sure? I'm not sure, but I think you continue targeting Matu.
Both teams need a carry on paper, unless we're seeing some kind of carry Nature's Prophet here.
It seems like we got the Medusa banned out, so that's actually a niche hero, mostly. But it can obviously be flexed as well.
I really like Thunder Predator picking some carry that can just go back into the jungle, like after level 5. Like, Wraith King, TB. I mean, I still think it's possible to go Alchemist here, but maybe a little risky. But that's kind of the the flavor we saw a lot during the DPC League itself, like carry Alchemist. None of these, I mean, into the Timbersaw is probably a little bit rough, and that's where I think the Wraith King and Wraith King makes more sense, as well as the TB.
Yeah, the only reason I would be skeptical about the Wraith King is kind of a little rough into Timbersaw. But if we want to musical lane it up, then Batrider's just going to be following around Timbersaw all day.
The, well, what seemed to be becoming the flavor of the group stage, Terrorblade is still in the pool. I don't know if it's an option here for either team, though.
Yeah, I mean, for Thunder Predator, it could be. Into Timber, Mars Bulwark's a little annoying. Like, we've definitely seen these range carries just look like they're not doing a whole lot of damage against the Mars, but...
Are you happy with the draft so far? Because both of you are looking a little pensive here, and Team Secret doesn't stray too far from the path from what they did previous game. Thunder Predator goes back to what they did during groups.
Yeah, I mean, Secret I'm not really concerned, but this 5th pick for Thunder Predator needs to sell me. Because I have a lot of question marks, mainly around the Nature's Prophet.
And I have question marks about how they're going to secure whatever pick it is. Okay, Lifesteal. We saw this once in the group stage.
Yep, and they won with it. This was the game where PSG LGD did not pick techies.
So it was a real game, is what you're telling me.
That was it. It looked like an actual Dota game.
Yeah.
Correct.
I like it here. The concern for me is same as last game. Like, what if Secret just run at them and do this aggro lane with Enchantress Tusk once more?
Yeah.
I feel like so much of Thunder Predator's game relies on MNZ getting good farm and kind of free farming that Team Secret may just prevent that.
Fries?
Is it like a microphone?
Is it like a fan?
Yeah.
I think it might be a fan.
Oh, it's the... good question.
But it has like a straw or something. What
Interesting. Sorry, distracted.
Like, I don't know. I'm just saying things.
At this point, because Team Secret, we feel like they've got the early game down. Are they going to try aggressive tri lane again? Because if so, Mars and Timber are fine by themselves, right? Then we need someone that can really seal the deal in that aggressive tri lane. And Baden
That's not
would
the
do
hero
the
any of us expected.
trick, but then...
Consider the deal sealed.
Yeah, but it's a Matu. That's a Matu Abaddon.
Okay. What?
Yeah. Question marks above all these faces. We should implement that, by the way. That will be our next addition to the panel.
I got denied. This is a big question mark above my head.
Mark.
I mean, I didn't have any question marks about Secret. I didn't really care what Matu picked. For me, Lifestealer's issues are he'll be okay against Mars. He'll be able to walk out of the arena, whatever. But I think against Timbersaw, he's going to struggle. He's never really going to be a threat to Timbersaw in lane, mid game, late game. I don't think they punished it enough, and I'm going to go Secret.
Yeah. This feels like the game that Secret have set this Timbersaw up for success with the 4th pick. It's a very free Timber game. There is the Batrider, but I still feel like the Timber should have a great time. And I think the reason for the Abbott pick is just it's his carry that isn't afraid of Batrider. You can always get out of the lasso. You can even save your teammates from it.
Yeah.
I'm going to also go Secret. It's a very unusual, unexpected last pick, but I think Secret, they've got a good plan with it. And very strong lanes. Tuskench.
Also gotta go with Team Secret until they lose. I still have them pegged as favorite for this tournament. Lacoste and OD Pixel, but Lacoste, OD Pixel, Abaddon for Matuma Man. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't recall him playing the hero. I've seen it in South America. I believe it was K1 playing it. Makes a lot of sense here. You know, it's something. Thinking differently, what can work great against the bat and great against the tide. Like, you get Ravage, you pop your ulti, you shield the other guy. Can potentially work. Like, I can see it working well.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. I think it also works quite nicely in the matchup against the Lifestealer. You know, normally this Lifestealer just wants to be able to pop Rage, kill off the carry. If the ult's up, you're just going to be able to live too long, and suddenly when the Rage ends, you're going to be very vulnerable to the rest of Secret turning and fighting back.
Yeah, it's going to be curious to see how it's going to play out and if it will work for Team Secret. Will they 2-0 or will Thunder Predator force out that 3rd game of the series? We're going to find out. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much. Definitely some things to be excited for from Thunder Predator, though, as well. We see, obviously, with the opening, they are able to get moves on the Earth Spirit. Did have a bit of a tough game last time on his Shaker. On his Earth Spirit, though, you can imagine we can expect to see very good high-level plays from him as we've come to get used to from the game so far.
Yeah, this feels like his comfort hero. You know, he knows what to do. Shaker was a bit, shaky performance in the end. couple of missed opportunities. I also want to see if Team Secret wants to run an aggressive tri-lane. It's a potentially good one. Once again, with the Enchantress, with the Tusk, like they have so much damage coming out from that lane, and they could also put the Timber Saw like in a lot of different lanes. Like he just does not want to play into Batrider, that's all.
No, absolutely. And I like this so far because they are expecting, obviously, Leo Style to take the Bat mid. They've given the Tangos over to Matu. They're going to try and put the Abaddon mid against the Bat. As he's fully prepared with the wand straight up completed. We're going to see Thunder Predator try for a first blood here. They'll start heading up to the high ground of Secret. Won't quite be able to get the jump, and now with the tag team, Yaps are ready to turn. They're over to Moose, and Secret, they'll be the ones to claim first blood for Zai. So it's very scary trying to fight.
Thunder Predator, they knew someone was up the hill on the high ground because the smoke broke on the Earth Spirit, and yeah, he pays with his life. It's kind of hard to fight into Tusk. Like Tusk with the tag team, it's just so much damage, 3-4 heroes hitting you.
Unless, yeah, like Leo Style, I think they're already going to swap things up. They're going to put Minos over towards a different lane. Leo Style, he doesn't want to play into this mid lane. It's going to be pretty much impossible for him to shut down Matu. Matu with the full wand and as an Abaddon with the Aphotic Shield, you can't play the Bat for that matchup. You want to try and get him somewhere where he's going to be able to have the potential to threaten the enemy core. So they'll put him down bottom, which will put him in that Zai matchup. We'll see if Secret respond to this and switch things around.
They have the tools.
Yeah.
You know, they have heroes to swap things around. Batrider with the shared tangos on the bottom lane needs to bring some extra region. He has a bottle, but definitely needs to bring some extra. Abaddon on the mid lane doesn't care too much about the lifesteal. We're gonna see like the trades, but I feel Abaddon, don't remember seeing this matchup mid for a reason because it almost never happens. But I feel Abaddon should have a bit of a, easier time. That Curse of Avernus, extra slow, extra attack speed, and then the silence on the lifestealer. You just don't have a long lane enough to be able to, utilize the Abaddon. And now they're swapping things around already. Zai walking to the mid lane. Like, this is a free lane for Zai. Abaddon goes to the bottom. Free lane for Abaddon.
Yeah, they really want to get the Abaddon against this Bat. Leo Style, of course, is going to be walking back over towards the mid. We are definitely going to see some musical lanes continue here. As both teams fight to get the matchups that they want.
Remember, this is a position 5 Tidehunter because he had way too many counters, potentially, that Timbersaw plays 1 versus 1 against him, then he gets just completely dumpstered by the Timber. They keep swapping. I think this favors Team Secret a bit more. They still have Nisha on the top lane, free farming on this Mars. Like, the biggest winner is MJZ on the Tidehunter. Yeah. I was like, guys, I do not want to move.
Nah, he's just going to take this.
5. He's like, yeah, I'll take the XP, I'll take some CS.
Leo Style, this is going to find Yapso here in the jungle. Yapso trying to do his best to just sort of waste further time of Leo Style, as Leo Style's trying to get in between these lanes.
Are you okay in the old chat? And that's a good voice line. How's mid doing? What a time to be alive. We waited more than a year for a Dota LAN, and then we get Abaddon versus Lifestealer mid. What?
What? What indeed? As bottom lane. And Leo Style, he's moved away from the Abaddon. Are we going to see the Abaddon move again? We are. We are indeed. Matu, he's following that Bat. He's not letting Leo have the lane that Leo wants. And Leo, as soon as that Matu turns back down on the bottom lane, he's already making his way back over to mid. I don't know when we're going to see these musical lanes come to an end.
They need to stop eventually. Like Matumba Man, he's not CSing, he's using only the M key, move to the certain hero, just follow that Batrider pretty much, and now they're swapping again.
Leo back over to mid. Let's see how long it takes for Matu to move back over here. Or if Matu will finally concede to the movements of Leo Style. No, he's going there. He's going there. He's not going to let Leo win this one. Matu is not leaving the Bat alone.
Maybe there are some rules that we didn't read before it. Like, if you swap the lanes first 10 times, you just win.
Right, well, that's one of those sort of obscure chess moves.
The first you're just,
The game is over.
Game's over.
Matu's mid, and Leo, he's I'm out. Back to bottom he goes. Down bottom, I've got the catch onto MJZ. See if Zai Yapso have the damage.
Looks pretty dead to me.
One more Whirling Death, and Zai will be able to finish off the the job. Same time up top, Moose, Nisha and Puppey have found him. Kills on both of the side lanes for Secret.
I feel Thunder Predator just overcomplicated things for
And here we go
themselves
again.
with the draft. Yeah, here we go again.
Here we go again.
Eventually, you have to stop MNZ.
And here we go again. Leo's out. Back over to mid. He doesn't want to be near Matu.
What if you lose movement speed if you like move too much? Because the hero is gonna get tired.
I mean, what is Matu's going back over there? This literally is never going to stop. This is going to be never ending.
I remember one game when Eternal Envy played. They kept swapping for like 10 minutes. Like he just wanted to have a better matchup for him. Of course, in the end, they lost the game, but didn't matter. It was fun to watch. Puppey getting caught on the top lane.
We'll be able to catch him. Playing a bit deep as he try to come around the creep wave. And maybe it's come to an end now. Back to the Lifestealer against the Abaddon. See if Matu and Zai do make the moves. It's Leo Style, MJZ, Thunder Predator. They're finally, 5 minutes in, got the lane that they wanted.
Is it. Like,
Is he gonna, it's going to stay like this, or are we going to see Secret swap again?
I think I think it's time to stop.
It's
Like
time to, when it's time to stop, it's time to stop.
Zai 6-7 sticking up palm charges, needs to be careful. Does not want to go in. Leo Style doesn't have too much region. Also does not have mana for Firefly.
I'm rolling 10 stacks.
I told you, he's losing the move speed. Like, he's moving at the 200 move speed because he went to the mid and back multiple times. Tries to use a hook. Misses.
Oh, Centaur helping out there with a 3-man stun. All right, the neutrals. Giving a bit of a helping hand there for Thunder Predator. Zai is going to go for the TP out, but Moose is actually able to get in and stop it. So now Zai dead and without a TP to return to a lane.
They're still not done. Matu, once again, back to the bottom lane. He also has 3 points in Curse of Avernus.
See
More
mid.
slow.
Frank coming in with the setup onto Yapsor. Minos not quite able to close the gap and start getting that slow going. Putting pressure onto the tier 1 mid. TP over from Marzino. It's going to take a long time here for Nisha. Frank trying to pop the Sprout to hold them back. It's attempting to get out of this, but Yapsor will be able to trap him off with the shards. They'll kill off Frank.
So far, the highlight of this game for me was that Centaur triple stunning Team Secret, I gotta say. Because people are just swapping things around. A lot of pressure on the tier 1 tower in the mid. They have a catapult, Leo Cell with the double damage. Arena drop.
Oh, he's caught both of them in, Nisha. We're gonna have moves rolling from the side.
snowball.
So able to get over towards Leo Star, kick him out, trying to protect him. Leo Star, Firefly going. They do get a very early tier 1 mid with all the movements around.
They get it, but it gets denied. So, you know, it still opens up the map. But you don't get the gold for it. Matu still on the bottom lane. Tidehunter, high level. You know, I've been talking about how he's the biggest winner, level 5, 7 minutes in as a position 5. Not too bad.
Yeah, kind of hard for them to go on. Very tanky already, MJZ. 3 points of Anchor Smash, of course, always going to be very nice against a lineup with 4 melee heroes. Outside of the burst, he's going to have a solid shot of surviving. The top lane really been the lane that we haven't really looked at too much because it's kind of been the most static. You know, Frank's been up here, farming away, nice and safe. He's level 6, so we'll have that move ready with the Nature's Wrath. Sees an opportunity. Leo Style is going to start working on his bots in the mid lane. So with the tier 1 taken down from Secret's half, he's going to feel very secure doing this. There's not going to be really any chance of Secret catching him by surprise.
I think we're done with swapping, and now we can start playing some Dota.
Yeah.
Like, it's been done. Everyone had their own fun. Now let's see what happens. Tidehunter, not level 6 yet. Zai has Arena, could cut down those trees easily.
There's the setup. Going on to MJZ. Can they burst him? Mass TP's coming in. They can't. They've got to back off now. Secret as moves. Comes in with a counterplay. Starting things off with the slow onto Nisha. But the shield's out from Matu. Nisha is going to be able to run. Leo Style can't quite close in on this. And of course, not quite having that level 6 yet on the bat. Just a creep away from it.
Smoke. They still need that level 6. Zai playing very aggressive on the top lane, trying to zone out the Frank. Last time Frank played, Nature's Prophet, he was the tank with that mech pipe Crimson Guard type of a build. This time around, going for more of a damage-oriented, which I really like. You know, the silence, a lot of value, especially against the Abaddon and Tusk on top of that. Not a big fan of Lifestealer going for the Battle Fury, I gotta say.
Zai, that's for a TP out. Moves and Leo style. I'll quickly cancel that as the two of them run him down. They'll be able to get the kill. Zai falls. We did see this Battle Fury Lifestealer before.
He played it against PSG LGD when they won that game. It was a game that didn't really matter, but still, I feel Battle Fury, you know, is not the best choice. If you get something like an armlet, Team Secret doesn't have any kind of burst damage, so you can always pretty much armlet toggle. And you're playing into full melee heroes. Just Battle Fury.
I mean, that's the cleave paying off then, you know? 4 melee heroes in a fight.
Oh yeah, you use Flame Break, push them all to one side, then cleave with the Lifestealer.
Yeah, it can work. Top lane. See if Frank can get his way out of this. The arena's dropped down. Moose, he's going to roll in. Going to get the connection on Tanisha. Frank getting low. He's not going to be able to escape this. The arena trapping him, taking him out. Moose, he'll TP away though. Knows there's no further TP cancel between the two. Secret. Over on the bottom side, looking towards MJZ. They've got MNZ coming over. Ravage at the ready if they want to pop it. Silence out on MJZ. Minos looking towards Matu. The borrowed time's out. Matu able to commit, take out the Tide.
That was such nicely done by Yapster. He precast the Snowball in case Tidehunter wants to use the Ravage, and then he can save the Matumba Man. They get out and still gonna get the kill, but Tidehunter realized, you know, I'm not gonna get too much out of this anyway, especially if he dodges, it's gonna be a waste. I'll just keep it.
See Matu's build again, second time today, going for the Midas. See that excellent item on the Abaddon to accelerate the levels. Of course, you benefit from that attack speed with the passive. And of course, he sees Minos going for the Battle Fury. He knows this is going to be a bit of a farm game, so he's got to have his own sort of item to allow him to scale up as well.
Lifestealer's playing into 4 melee heroes. He's also having 3 points in Gold Frenzy, just for some extra slow, which I really like. Like you can see Abaddon right now, he can't really trade. You talked about that hand of Midas. Other teams are probably going to be, well, man, Team Secret. They're doing it. They're buying hand of Midas. They're going to start a trend.
No, absolutely. Every team's carry is going to be like, guys, I want to buy Midas. If Matu's doing it, I'm going to do it, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more.
I'm more worried about people in the pubs. Frank
people in the pubs.
Caught.
Frank, got the backup. Moose comes in. MJ's with a lovely 4-man Ravage. The Magnetize going out as well from Moose. It's quite a fair bit of damage coming out to Secret. Yaps on side, both getting low. Leo style on top of the two of them with the Firefly. He'll get the double kill. Look to knock back Nisha with the Flame Break. He's going to chase on forward. See if he can get the grab on Tanisha. He can. Dragging back the Mars. They'll be able to set up for a third kill. Minos turning up as well as Nisha. They'll put the 1 charges. Try and push them back with the God's Rebuke, but the slow of the Ghoul Frenzy, it's too much. He can't run. Thunder Predator. They'll turn that attempt around from Secret as MJZ. Beautiful Ravage. And the backup, of course, is there. It's Thunder Predator. They'll always be in to back one another up.
Yeah, great Ravage. Nice follow-up from the Earth Spirit. 4-man Magnetize. A lot of overtime damage. Batrider shows up. I gotta say, I'm a bit worried for Team Secret in this game. Like, they have no real answer for Lifestealer. Like, they have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity other than Volder Sponge. And Yapster, you know, he realizes that. Had a great success in the previous game with the kick. I'll get the Aghanim Scepter, you know, deal with the rest. I'm gonna kick Lifestealer out.
We'll see what sort of items Matu's going to get after this Midas. As you say, definitely not as sort of a clear route to victory for Secret's lineup compared to what they had in game 1, where they had Matu farming away on the Monkey King. This time it's a little bit different with this Abaddon carry.
Also a bit limited on the tower damage for Team Secret. Like, they need to play with the catapults, Enchantress possibly getting a creep. Timbersaw can tank the damage, but right now they can't just, you know, group around and start hitting on the tower.
It's looking spicy.
I think already someone's yeah, he's ready to follow the footsteps of Matu. You see Moose? You like this one on the Earth Spirit?
Oh yeah. Great success from the last game. He's like, you know, they don't have tower damage, what I just talked about. They're going to be here for a very long time.
Yeah.
Why don't I just get the Midas?
Just get the Midas.
So if you see someone else going for Midas...
That's it. Then it's you've been given the all clear. It's like, right, Midas are in play. I'm going to get my own.
No, but this could also say for Team Secret, you know, they're getting their Midases. What do we do? Like, we're going to respond with our own.
I see. There may be more to come out. Well, we're yet to see what Leo's queuing up after the box. He might want to go for the greed as well. Bottom lane, MJZ will be found. Leo style, trying to see if they can maybe get something going on this top lane, but Zai's here with the backup. Bit of a spooky place for Minos to be. Battle Fury is now done on the Lifestealer.
It's a 14-minute Battle Fury with the phase boots. Great timing. Lifestealer, you know, he's going to get farm. Like, this hero will definitely get the farm. He's going into Yasha, next item. I don't think it's like needed. I've seen Lifestealer getting the Manta style if he needs to be able to take care of himself, remove any kind of silences. He has like 1 silence, and that's only Curse of Avernus.
Yeah.
If he gets hit 4 times, which is, you know,
I mean,
pretty tough to get.
SMY is just going to be the straight up item for him. And Minos, he is going to farm fast. I mean, because one thing nice about the Cool Frenzy, giving you, plus 50 attack speed at the max level, really speeds up the farm. Actually, benefit massively from the cleave. You can see him very quickly ripping through the Ancients. Just a bit of a test ready for a Batu on this carry pattern with the Midas. See if he can keep up with the farm this lifesteal. I think it's going to be hard. He's going for that full sort of the farm build from the Abaddon, the Midas into the Radiance on himself.
That's kind of a build you need to go for on Abaddon to be able to scale. Abaddon talents are really good top lane. Like 65 damage on level 15, CDR or armor if you want to go on level 20. Lasso.
Big deep dive in from Leo. He just goes right under the tower to grab Puppey. I get the kill before Zai can do anything about that. TP over not coming in time from the rest of Secret. That's Nisha, still 600 away from the Yules. So finding a setup onto Minos, I mean, even then, when it is done, it's going to be hard for them to really set up onto the Lifestealer. Most of the time, Minos, he's going to be able to rage and survive anytime Secret go on him.
It's such a good Lifestealer game. Yeah. They don't have the real answer for him. Only the kick, the punch. But YapzOr still deciding, maybe I need a Blink Dagger when they decide to go in. I need to be the saving tool. It's not easy to farm with the Tusk. They're going in on Frank.
He's got the Sprout. YapzOr, he'll cut his way in. Backups in from Moose. Frank still alive. Kick from Moose, getting Frank over to the side. Matu and YapzOr can't finish off the kill. And now the charge comes in from Thunder Predator. Leo style, moving in with Moose. They get the connection once again onto YapzOr. Matu trying to protect him with the Aphotic Shield. Should be enough sustain. Matu.
Moose is like, you were kicking our players last time. I'll show you how to kick my own teammates. Saves Frank there. Nicely done. Matu
has got the borrowed time. So if they can force it out of him. MJZ does have Ravage ready to go if any sort of fight gets brought down here. Of course, still having the outpost as well, Thunder Predator, so they can bring back up in if it kicks off. But Secret, they'll back away. Matu wanting to get the Radiance done before any sort of fight is forced. And he's only about 400 away from Recipe. 17 minutes in, 7-9. Less than 1k gold in it. Secret with a slight lead. In terms of the scanning and the farming, this Lifestealer, Minos, is looking pretty terrifying. This is quick item timings from him. And obviously, whilst the Radiance will help Matu in terms of farming and fighting the rest of the lineup, it's not going to be an item that the Lifestealer will care too much about at all in the team fights.
With the Rage, you don't care too much about it, true. But the overtime damage from Abaddon, he's the tanky one. He's the one who stays in the team fight for such a long time. Silence, so he can't pop that ulti.
So they can punish him after. Yeah, they're going to use the lasso as soon as the borrowed time comes out, drag him away from the rest of his teammates, and it's a clean kill there from Thunder Predator. Smart moves, as they know any time that the borrowed time's gone off, Leo Star will have no trouble finding the lasso. Thunder Predator, they're not even done yet. They're looking for YapzOr. Any TP cancel moves, he's in time. Another kill for Thunder Predator as they start to move and get Minos involved.
Even though in terms of net worth, it's pretty even. I'll say that Thunder Predator is in full control of this game. Like, Mars as a hero doesn't really, you know, scale that much. They're catching Leo style, okay.
Get the back, but Ravage is out. He's got the 3 of them, and Minos, he's ready to go to work straight over towards Nisha. Nisha's got to run. A turn with the Yules to hold back Minos' Zai. And a Sprout quickly cuts out with Whirling Death, looking over towards Moose. Moose low on the mana. Have Matu coming back into the game, heading over. Minos has got to be careful now. He's raging, and he's running away. Moose, another rollout will separate him from Secret. In fact, he's even made it over towards the safety of his own high ground. Nice move from Moose, will keep him out of any sort of harm's way. Secret won't be able to find him.
MJZ scouting things out as a Tide Hunter. He also has a Blink Dagger, which was just shown as a position 5. Like, it's still a good timing. Yapsor's still very far away from his Blink Dagger. Radiant's done on a Baton. Seems like they want to go in and get the Roche kill. Tag team.
Okay, no Ravage.
Curse of Avernus. They know there's no Ravage, there's no Lasso, so they're going to use this opportunity.
And they don't do it super quick. I guess the Curse obviously does help. But there should be maybe a bit of a window of opportunity for Thunder Predator to at least try and slow Secret down here. It's MJZ, who'll show his face first. Trying to burst the Tide. They are bringing him down as the arena's going to get dropped. Spear off the mark, won't catch Neo Style. You have the snowball over towards Neo Style. They punch him up, they take down the bat. Minos is going to look towards Puppey first. As Puppey is getting ticked down by the Magnetize, but the healing attendants will keep him up. As they've lost 3, Minos and Moose having to bail as Moose is caught out too. Secret, they'll take down the 4 of them. As Thunder Predator try and step forward for the fight. Zai and Nisha just able to have the control and the damage there between the 2 of them with the arena and the burst, the Timber Saw. Thunder Predator couldn't quite fight into that.
I'm surprised they decided to take that fight. They have no Ravage, no Lasso. You know, fighting into a Baton with the Radiance, you can't do what you did to a Baton last time around. Lasso after the ulti, the way you approached, like, Team Secret was ready. They placed the Sentry Ward, they placed an Observer Ward in the river to see the approach coming out from the Thunder Predator, and it worked out. Now they have Aegis on a Baton, going into Manta style. This is the same type of build I've seen from K1, aka Hector, from the Beast Coast. He's the one who played a couple of times a Baton carry in the South America region.
Now we're seeing again here that whole fight. I mean, it really was, as you say, Matu just getting a lot of damage done throughout the duration of it all and pretty much entirely staying within the range of that burn. Now Secret up to a little bit more of a lead, 2k up. Aegis on Matu, so now a very, very tricky target to go for.
Lifestealer's annoying, but with only 2 items, he really doesn't deal that much damage. You know, once he's 3-4 slotted, you're gonna feel a different Lifestealer. Team Secret smoke.
Heading over towards Frank.
Does not have a BKB yet, so this should be a kill.
He's gonna try for the TP out, but Yapsor, he's in. Snowball over, finishes him off. Matu already starting to push back the rest of them. There's complete space for Secret to take another tower. Looking to get a lot done with Aegis. But at the side, Leo style. Drag back Nisha. Nisha gonna come in with a self-Yules, try and buy himself some time, but Minos is on top of them with the help of MJZ. They'll bring down Nisha. The arena's out. They'll hold them in there momentarily. Secret, they don't want to try and get in on this though. Underneath the tier 2 and without their Mars, they'll back off.
Nisha used the arena because it will be back pretty much online when he respawns, but try to set something up if the team wants to take that fight. Lotus Orb, that's going to be a great value against the Earth Spirit Silences, Batrider, and also Silence from the Nature's Prophet. Frank, he definitely needs that BKB. They also need to talk about who's going, which items. I see both Nature's Prophet and Lifestealer having AC queued up.
Well, the game's now really going to begin for Moose. Finally has that Midas done. On the,
already
Spirit.
committed with the Hyperstone, so Frank will need to think of something else.
Let's see if they're going to be able to get any sort of dives onto Frank. Yeah, no, Frank's not messing around. He's elsewhere. Minos, I mean, yeah, Minos can pretty much farm wherever he wants. So it has to be a bit aware of the interruptions that could be provided by Yapsor. In terms of killing and catching, he doesn't necessarily have to rely on the TP. It's just it's so incredibly speedy between the phase boots, the rage, and the buff of the S and Y.
This is the only spell he pretty much needs to care about.
Yeah.
Matumba Man has that level 15 talent. It's a lot of damage. It's 65 damage. You have this Aegis. Now you can feel more comfortable just going in and hitting that tower. You have a lot of attack speed. Going into Manta style, you can get rid of some sticky napalm charges. You have a Photic shield. It's not so much about, being able to remove the silences, even though it's a great benefit, especially against the Nation Prophet, because you can still pop the ulti whenever you feel like you need to pop it, instead of just waiting for silence to end. But it's also about the farm, like Radiance, Manta style, and Matumba Man, he's hitting the high ground.
Got to do something about this. Minute and 20 seconds left on the Aegis. Aggressive TP from MJZ. He ends up right underneath the nose of Matumba Man, and he's dead.
Buyback is available. He might need to pop it and try to take a fight.
He might need to. The TPing in under the tower, yeah, Secret, they had no hesitation to just step up and kill him off as soon as he appeared.
25 minutes in, Team Secret hitting the barracks.
Minos going for a bit of the split push. Tier 3 tower actually
almost done.
Yeah, nearly done here by Minos alone. Secret's starting to back off. They've sent back the one of them. Yapzor to try and defend, and it's worked. Minos, he's now heading over back in the creep, retreating.
Team Secret just moving as a unit, together, holding hands, a bat and ready to use a shield if something happens. They need to be careful about those split pushes. Yapzor, kind of one that needs to TP, possibly like stop the TP rotation from the Lifestealer, and then can still take a 4 versus 4 fight.
Oh man, those split pushes are going to get much more deadly once the AC's done. Minos very, very close to its completion.
Lifestealer is massive, but they're right now not fighting with him. Could still be a bit problematic.
Puppey.
Lasso.
Let's try to lead the charges before anything happens. Ravage comes out from MJZ. He's caught the two of them. Turnover towards Nisha, but Nisha's got the BKB good to go. Looks for the catch, the setup onto Leo Style. He's got it. Arena straight into the spear, pinning Leo Style to the wall. He goes down. Frank's going for the BKB TP
Punch.
out. He'll make it away. Yapzor not quite able to get in range in time.
Close. It looked like a good Ravage. Only managed to kill Puppey after that, so not really worth it. Puppey, once again, super farmed on the Enchantress. More farmed than Yapzor, more farmed than Earth Spirit with Hand of Vitus, who's actually holding a Philosopher's Stone. So Puppey getting a ton of farm. Same item build, Glimmer Cape, Force Staff to push people out of the trouble, push people out of the Sprout. Great against the Lifestealer.
Secret back on with a bit of pressure in the mid whilst Leo Style was out of the game. As we see, Moose going to take a little bit of time before he makes his goal back on this one. Or maybe they can draw the game out as late as it looks like they intend to plan with these sort of item pickups on the support. All in all, a much closer game than game one. Both the numbers and the potential of both teams' lineups as things go on.
They're respecting this damage coming out from the Lifestealer, a potential Flame Break, or even Lasso when they're sieging the high ground. Batrider also found Faded Brooch and has a lens, a lot of movement speed, the cast range going into BKB, which I really like. They have no abilities, once again, other than that Walrus Punch. Leo Style. Someone, please help me.
It's going to be all right. I mean, again, Minos has done excellently at just finding this constant sort of side of the map where Secret never is. As his farm continues to flow in at an incredible rate, well on the way towards the Basher
he
after
finds
the AC.
the Paladin Sword, the Dream on the Lifestealer.
Absolutely, yeah, this is
He's
going to
go for that tier 3 tower. Try to push it, maybe, say, try to stop Tusk's TP, because Tusk should be the one TPing first and being able to, go for the Lifestealer. Shard does not connect.
And they brought 4 TPs back for this Secret, so Minos just doing an excellent job at forcing Secret's hands and making sure that Secret, despite having the slight lead, they're having to play the game that Thunder Predator's forcing them to.
This lane ward on the bottom, scouting things out. Like, they know Lifestealer will be trying to do the same thing, and they can be ready. They can TP to tier 2 tower on the mid, possibly backstab because they have good vision, but they need the Tusk. He's also going for that Aghanim Scepter once again, which I really like. Understands the threat is coming from the Lifestealer. He will be the one dealing the damage. We need to get rid of him. Like, we don't have enough to kill him, but we can kill the rest. Just kite the Lifestealer.
On the side, Leo Star. He's got to put the BKB, but Matthew's able to find the bash. So jumps over. Leo Style, he needs help, and he needs it now. The heal comes out from Minos as he jumps in, jumps out, keeps Leo Style fine to move on. Minos is on the run, over in the river. They'll trap both the two of them. Matu getting low, but he pops the Manta. The BKB's out from Frank, but the bash is deep from Matu, leaving no opportunity to Frank to escape. As Frank goes down, Nisha on the side catches both the two of them, Leo Style and MJZ inside the arena.
They also found Moose. That's a 4-man. Not gonna call it a team wipe, but the Team Secret playing so
close.
aggressively, you know, not allowing Tidehunter great spell usage, not allowing him to use the Ravage. Well, Lifestealer, at one point, he's gonna need to take a fight. Right now, just creep skipping, using the Rage. Roshan will respawn in 40 seconds. Matumba Man is just a beast on this Abaddon right now.
He is. We're seeing this fight. These BKBs, they just don't do anything at all when Matu's in, pummeling away, getting the bashes off. Minos, excellent little attempt there to try and keep Leo Star safe. But the way that Secret split the fight up too. Thunder Predator, they feel like they get a bit of a second win, can go back in on this, but Matu, he's dealing with Frank, and then Nisha just wrapping around from the mid, catches both the bat and the Tide perfectly.
A bit late for Ravage. You know, even if he pops it there is no follow-up, so it's just better to save it. Roche will respawn right now. Team Secret, they're already there.
They've got the combo. They've obviously got the Ravage after not using it in that last fight. Maybe they can try and do something against Secret.
Bashes on the Lifestealer. Yeah, you can feel the power of the Lifestealer. They're still respecting it. Once Minos starts putting in some right clicks, they need to be careful. This AC deals a ton of damage, especially with the Battle Fury. Also has a Basher. Silence plus a bash.
All right, he needs help, Minos. He's going to get the chance to put the Rage. Big damage coming in from Zai, though, as he cuts across. Just destroys the Earth Spirit. Now with the shards into the Spear, they've managed to catch out Minos.
That was such a nice execution there. Like, Lifestealer, he's like, I can man up against Abaddon, but those 4 hits, he gets silenced, doesn't have anything to dispel it with.
Oh, and it's
so
getting
much
messy
damage.
now.
No
Nisha.
need for Ravage once again. It feels like it's getting out of control. Like, Batrider, I am not seeing make him any aggressive moves. Frank, ooh, so close.
That's really starting to ramp up now. 25-11, 10k lead for Secret. It's Matu, full Abyssal Blade. Seeing it prove incredibly difficult for Thunder Predator to make any sort of moves onto this carrier Abaddon. As this last pick looking pretty perfect for Secret with the way that Matu's been able to play it out.
Thunder Predator took that like one good fight, then kind of threw the game away when they decided to go inside the pit. They lost 4. This is a free Roshan for Team Secret. The damage is just too high with the tag team. That Curse of Avernus. Now, you said it, full Abyssal Blade. He can be the one controlling the Lifestealer. He doesn't care too much, has Manta style, so even if they get the good jump, he can still pop the ulti and shield the other guy. Kind of be the saving tool and the damage. Just love this Abaddon last pick.
Yeah. And we've sort of seen as well with the way that the game's played, and Minos, he's had to go for sort of the split push because there's just never really been a timing in sort of the last 10 minutes where he can feel strong against the carrier Abaddon. Matu's always going to have the upper hand against him. Minos is queuing up the Divine Rapier. It's needed. They need something big this game to have a chance of turning it. Secret, they're just getting too far ahead right now. They've got to go for something crazy.
That's big. That's how they come back into this game.
Yeah.
You know, he just started working on it, so it's going to take like at least 3+ minutes to finish it. Team Secret will be ready to go in, maybe get the first set of barracks.
All the couch moves in the trees.
Getting caught again.
Honestly, though, these sort of deaths, this is kind of what you need if you want to buy time for Minos to get the Rapier. They've got to sort of just throw heroes out one by one, maybe try and distract Secret from hurrying things up and approaching the high ground. They've got to buy time for Minos to get the Rapier,
That's
otherwise they're not
need
going to
to
stand
do.
chance at all.
MJZ cutting the creep wave, has a Blink Dagger and a Force Staff. Puppey setting a vision. They also have Matu inside their base, so they need to be careful. Sprout around the barracks. Not sure why that's still a thing.
Right, they're on to Frank. Bashes are there, Frank's gone. Just diving in, and now they'll have the chance to go for the Rex here, Secret. Minos is going to try and force some of them back. Zion, Puppey, they are here to try and deal with the two of them. Minos is trying to get on top of the target, but can't get on top of Zai. Zai just continues to push back MJZ.
Nisha and Matu, they're not stopping. They're going to
Ravage is
keep
gonna
going.
They've got the back of the Moose. They might actually have a chance of killing off Zai here. Zai's popped the Lotus Orb. Minos trying to stay on target, but Zai, he's away. Zips out, Timber Chain.
Gentlemen, they're killing your base. You need to do something about it.
Puppey, and he's just being the distraction right now. Keeping the three of them prioritized up on the top. They do kill Puppey. As you say, that the bottom lane's gone. Matu and Nisha, they've taken the mid-tier 3. Zai just creating pure space right now. As Thunder Predator, they're still going for it. You know, they've committed. They want to get him, but it's a lot of time, a lot of space.
Creating space, creating universe. Like, they got the melee barracks on the mid lane. Like, Thunder Predator, they're making a huge mistake chasing there, only getting, like, even if they get a kill on Timber, so it doesn't matter. Like, they can still rotate with the Abaddon. He's dropping fairly low, but has that Aegis.
Won't quite be able to get him. And now MJZ is trying to take the walk back down the mid lane. They've got the vision and the ward out. Nisha sees him coming. The setup's there and MJZ's dead.
Even the one you serve.
It's Minos. He's still trying to push on this top lane. This time Secret, they're bringing in a lot to deal with him. Minos, he's got to get out of here completely and immediately before Yapsel's able to close in, and he will. Heads out. Smartly done. The whole 5-mana Secret was heading his way.
Yeah, this game just feels it got out of control so quickly. They decide to go for a hero kill. Like, even Earth Spirit, instead of going and try to defend the base, he TPs to an outpost, joins a fight, while the rest of the team, you know, they had 2 heroes in the base. Finally, AC done on Abaddon. He hits level 25, Aphotic Shield HP, so that's 380. I don't think they have
How do they
response.
kill him? Yeah,
I
how
don't
do
think
they
they
kill
have
him?
anything against him right now. Still, minute and 15 seconds left on Aegis.
Oh,
Playing Sid, just straight up deleted.
you gotta be careful how close you get to Matsu. You get in range of that Abyssal like Leo Star did just there, and you are gone. Leo Star does have buyback. Secret, now looking to claim that third final set of barracks here. They start the push up top. There's the buyback from Leo Star. Are they going to be able to stop themselves from being megaed? Minos wrapping around for the back. Matu's just moving in onto Frank. Moves. We'll kick Matu in a bit deeper. Nisha, Puppey coming in with a push. Minos, he's looking towards Puppey on the back lines. Moves will be able to get over to him. They're trying to take it down. Ravage from MJZ.
Hits
catches
4.
the 3 of them. And also Puppey at the back. Puppey falls. Can they get anything else? Minos, who's his next target going to be? He's going to head towards Nisha, but they've lost MJZ. MJZ with the buyback. Snowball over towards Moose. Moose able to roll away in time. Minos, he needs help. He's got the rage.
They also lost all the barracks, so they're gonna play against the Mega Creep.
On Leo Style.
Nisha jumping in.
He brought back for this. Leo Style's got to run.
Arena ready, BKB. There's no way he's getting out of this one.
Now Yapsol's in. That'll be Leo Style dead for 90. Over towards the mid. Minos and MJZ. They're trying to deal with Matuma Man. That's almost impossible. The Aegis will time out, but he still has to borrow
One-man
time.
army with the flamethrower
into the
spinning
creep
around.
and kicked over to the side. Minos is still caught though. Nisha's in, catches him in the arena. Minos is down. He's got a buyback, and he's going to need to use it if they want to try for another fight. But of course, that's going to make the Divine Rapier nothing more than a dream with the amount of gold he's going to have to spend to get back in.
Mega Creeps are approaching the base. Abaddon hitting on the tower. Nisha with the Aghanim Scepter. I love that. It feels like this spell does not belong in Dota, but it does. It's there.
Oh, and
Kick.
Yapsor, he's going to be able to kick Frank outside of the fountain. Comes in, kicks him out. Minos trying to step over towards him, but Frank getting bashed up by Matsuma Man. They take him down. Matu turning over towards Minos. Moose comes over with the roll. They'll kick Minos back into the fountain. Yapsor having a bit of fun here as Moose gets left outside. GG is called. Secret will take game 2. The series, it's theirs.
Team Secret, you know, just a bit too strong for Thunder Predator here. You know, they are the final boss that everyone is afraid to face. and they show why. Like their versatility, the way they draft, like this Abaddon last pick was really the one to seal the deal. Great against the Tidehunter, great against the Batrider. Thunder Predator, they had their chance. I felt like they were in control of the game, but one bad decision after another, and everything just collapsed.
It really did. It was, yeah, you said it. It's a bad and last pick. Matsu just playing it to perfection.
Hi, this is
and we saw
Lorenzo
just away from the early moments, right, where Secret knew that they just didn't want Thunder Predator to get to play their game that they had in mind, with the bat getting a good matchup to these musical lanes. Matsu making sure that things were going to be great from the off, goes for this Midas into Radiance, and it looks perfect against Thunder Predators.
Thunder Predator, they played, I would say, like simple Dota during the group stage, and it worked well for them. And now they are starting to overcomplicate things. Let's try this flex position 5 Tidehunter, and then you have like swapping the lanes constantly. Team Secret is just too experienced of the team, and they're going to punish it.
Absolutely. Secret with their first series here at the Major. They turn up all guns blazing, and they'll be able to take both of these games 2-0 against Thunder Predator.
Thank you so much,
Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota 2 Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
Lanes will happen, and all of a sudden Secret just slowly build up a lead by somehow. You don't really know why.
Yeah.
Both teams were moving just as much as the other one, and yet somehow Secret find the minimal differences that squeezed out a little edge.
And they ran most of the way too. Normally we see a couple teleports here and there, but it was running most of the time. And they just passed each other. They did not care if they found each other in the jungle. It was a pretty crazy start, but that was that was most of the craziness. After that, the dust settled a little bit.
I think it really hurt the Batriders game, because when all the crazy lane swapping happens, it hurts the hero that's meant to snowball the most and that's meant to have that lane advantage. Like, there was no lanes, even with this, like, if Secret got the lanes they want, they never were going to run over the lanes. They were just avoiding giving Batrider this really free game that he could just run over, play super aggressive, and it completely threw him off. He was like 5th or 6th in net worth there during the mid game. Team Secret just knew that was the key hero kind of to shut down this game.
Yeah, I think having the Abaddon trump card at the very end of the day meant that, like, I don't really care how these lanes go. You're not going to have an answer to my Abaddon. And Thunder Predator, in their eyes, are like, okay, well, fine. Maybe you don't have an answer to our Lifestealer, though. But I think the side heroes, like you mentioned, the Tidehunter being able to get a good advantage doesn't really matter that much. The Mars, however, being left alone can do a whole lot. Abaddon and Mars were split pushing, I guess you could call it, or just ignoring the rest of the game while there was a huge fight going on up top. And I'm sure Puppy was on the comms. He's just like, relax, we got this. Things are under control. You just chill out, do your thing, take the Raxes, life's good.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun one to watch. It was a little different. I do also agree with commentators that perhaps Thunder Predator got a little bit into their heads for this one. Outthought themselves.
Yeah, 2 games back-to-back where... And I think I've got to give a lot of respect to Secret. They're the ones who forced Thunder Predator to play a different style of game. First game, it's running an aggressive trial lane, really pressuring MNZ. Second game, it was just constantly lane swapping, not giving Batrider a good lane. They knew what to do to make Thunder Predator uncomfortable, and it's those teams who don't have that experience that when they find themselves in these weird situations, you don't play against that kind of thing in many games. So you really need the LAN experience, the match experience to know what to do in those situations.
Yeah, both games I do feel like throwing Thunder Predator off balance in the lanes proved to be their kryptonite.
Yeah.
And because it's been exposed, I would not be surprised if their lower bracket opponent also chooses to exploit that, because it's not that complicated. You look at Thunder Predator's draft, it looks like a normal Thunder Predator draft. They didn't do anything weird. They played the Tide position 5 plenty of times. Leo style on the Batrider, that's very traditional. Frank on the Nature's Prophet. And then they had only one Lifestealer game, but it looked really good. But the way that Secret forced their hand, but I think the Abaddon was probably the nail in the coffin. It gave them all the freedom in the world to just keep swapping lanes. I don't think if it was just the Timbersaw Batrider thing, you would have seen as much movement, but with the Abaddon being on top of it, I think that kind of threw Thunder Predator for a loop.
Well, things heard in the green room. They don't have an answer to Lifestealer. I heard that. I don't know who said it, if it was Lizard or one of you two.
Let's blame Lizard.
Yeah.
Let's blame Lizard. Thank you. Very nice. Yes. Why did we think they didn't have an answer to the Lifestealer? And what was the answer in the end?
I think just playing generally, Lifestealer can excel when he's against all these melee cores. The solution they ended up having enough control from the supporting cast, the Tusk, you got the Walrus Punch, and the fact that I think Secret just got more farm. All three of their cores were, I think, top 4 net worth with the Lifestealer. It felt like Lifestealer was on this island where he had to 1v5 carry the game, whereas Secret had this much more kind of even distribution going on.
Now we also have an MVP of the game, and we don't get to choose. This one is decided already. It is going to be Absol Tsunami.
I'd give him the MVP of the series, I think. Both in Game 1 and Game 2, his Tusk was fantastic. I think he's probably one of the few Tusks that, I don't know if he manages to get the farm for the Scepter or if he prioritizes the Scepter, or probably a combination of the two.
Yeah.
But we have not seen these many Scepters on a Tusks, but Yapzor finds the resources regardless.
It helps a lot if your offlaner constantly is moving from lane to lane. You get a lot of freedom there on that offlane. I'm sure that helped him a little bit as well. And we're going to talk to the captain of Team Secret. I believe we are live with Puppy. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes,
That's
loud
me.
and
Yeah,
clear.
I'm standing here. There's a lot of things behind me, as you can see.
Yes, very, very crowded. Do you feel the sea breeze there a little bit, or no?
No, I don't feel anything.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I want to ask the obvious question first, Puppy. It's been over a year since you played on stage. How's it feel to be back?
Feels very different, but at the same time very similar. Nothing much really. Same Dota.
You're one of the few teams that didn't bootcamp throughout the entire time, correct?
I mean, I see no real point for boot camps because our team is all based in Europe and we can all comfortably do it without like any movement and stress of actually going somewhere, getting corona and all that stuff. If we're home and like semi-quarantining ourselves, it's just easier, I would say.
And the result definitely spoke for itself throughout the entire year as well. You did not need to see your teammates in person to perform. I have a question regarding that second game you just played. You know, you're laning Enchantress, prancing around, you're supporting your Nisha Mars. How much influence did you have on the continuous musical lanes? Like, were you aware this was happening? Did you say, like, you continue swapping until we got the lanes we want?
Not necessarily. I didn't have much to say. We already knew that we want the lanes which we want, and we've already previously had a lot of games where we stick to a lane and don't finish the swap, and it has bite us in the ass. So we're totally like we're very strict about actually doing it as best as possible.
Okay, fair enough. I'm here with Gauss and Tsunami. You can see them. They have also got some questions.
Hey, Puppy. I'm curious. Thunder Predator, they kind of, their performance in the group stage came out of nowhere, shocked a lot of people. So I'm curious to hear, how do your team approach kind of planning for and strategizing, preparing for this match?
Well, my bands were kind of connected to, I think, the combinations which they liked the most and made them win a lot of the games. For instance, notably, we banned Earth Spirit first game, and then we didn't ban it this game because we kind of figured perhaps like the relationships between their drafts are very similar. So breaking the pattern is the best way to go with this team. And I think we broke a lot of things because it was very awkward for them to play laning stage overall this match. So laning is really important. So you got to beat that shit and then you just win.
Yeah, I mean, we felt like both games you really threw them off the lane stage, first with trial lane, then the second game with some unusual picks and lane swapping. Was that, so it sounds like that was kind of like an intentional strategy of yours then. Yeah,
I mean, we wanted to bait them into some weak picks because obviously they have been very strong in the group stage. So we really had to like make their laning stage weaker because they are a good team. They're a very good team because late game, we almost lost the first game out of nowhere. So not many teams could push through after the first laning stage they had in the first game. So you gotta make them weak, and maybe you can win the game, but you still have to outplay them later.
During the DBC and some of your interviews, you were like, it's a little too slow paced. It's only like 1 game a week, 2 games a week. Were you at all kind of envious of the 4 BO2 back-to-back group stage against international teams, or somewhere in the middle is where you'd like it?
I would like a faster tournament. I don't necessarily like waiting around in the same spot a lot. In my opinion, it's very awful for the Dota scene as the players, because we have very many international teams. It's not like we don't mix with each other, you know. We take every race, you know. We're like that, you know. That's Dota for you. We have every person and everywhere. C player in an American team, an American player in a European team, you name it. We have all those things. And I think when you have to be 8 weeks in the same spot for like 3 times in a row, okay, it's 2 times this year, but it's going to be 3. It's going to kind of make a lot of people unhappy, and just going to, because it's not worth it, you know? It's not like you're being paid usually salary. You're trying to get that Cinderella story most of the time. Like, only the teams that are like right in the top can actually afford themselves to do it, but it's still not a preferable thing to do. I'd rather do a fast tournament so we can move on and do, you know, more tournaments or have a good life.
I think there's going to be a lot of people sharing your sentiment on that one for sure. I got one final question before we let you go. You topped the EU region. Everybody thought EU region was the strongest. I would like to hear your thoughts on the perhaps underperformance of both Alliance and Team Liquid.
I mean, Zai wanted to kind of throw before the match to keep the flow going. For fun, you know, there was a slight chance. In some other dimension, I'm thinking Zai is actually throwing a game to make this to make this a reality that EU is trash. So, you know, somewhere it's happening.
Well, I'm glad for you that did not happen, and that you still appear to be very much on top of things. Puppy, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and I'm sure we'll talk to you more this tournament.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. And indeed, they get the evening off.